All right. Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf. This is Michael Myers. Can you hear me, Lone Wolf? Lone Wolf can't hear me. There, you have to put your headphones on. Well, that's what I had to do with mine. Now can you hear me, Lone Wolf? There, I can hear you. No Gotti Jr. here to help us out with this. Lone Wolf, can you hear me?
Hello.
You got something muted.
How you doing?
There you are. Can you hear me now?
I got you.
All right. This is a mess. We don't have Gotti Jr. here or Jason Rona to help us.
Absolutely not.
This is Gotti told me this is episode 221 of the Radio Impound podcast thing that he calls it.
Rather
221. You guys have been doing this a long time. It's the first time I'm outside my house here in Haddonfield, Illinois. I got everything set up here. I figured it'd be nice to be right outside and greet the kids. I got some candy here for them. So, oh, I almost forgot. Did you see my J Concept shirt I got?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm happy. We're really. I'm sure they're happy that you're representing.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of what you guys do over there down in J Concepts there. Big fan. You come up to Illinois sometime up in Haddonfield and we'll have a killer of a time, if you know what I mean.
I'm sure if you run into me, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean by that? That's just a problem. See, this is a problem right here. Oh, I almost forgot. Hold on one second. If any of you listeners out there, or I guess they're watching too, I need some help. So I'm going to bring this across the banner here. And if you have any tips of where Lori may be, you guys can give me a call. That'd be great. And yeah, I'm looking for her. So, you know, it's Halloween too.
Give them a ring.
Yeah. Happy Halloween to everybody out there.
We would think you'd normally be busy.
Well, you know, I got some time to kill. Get it?
Not bad.
Yeah, I got some time to kill. Trick-or-treaters are going to be going around from 6 to 8 here. And then I'm going to go out there and I'm going to, you know, try and find Lori. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, hey, isn't Lone Wolf supposed to have a cowboy hat or something?
It's right here.
Oh. Let's see that thing. Why don't you put that cowboy hat on? Let's get the full effect there, Lone Wolf.
Well, I can't put it on with the headphones. That was the problem.
Well, you know, you can take the headphones off just to get a good look here and see what that looks like. Cowboy hat on you. Yeah, so if anybody out there has any information on what Lori is, you can call into the show here. Any tips and yeah, call in the show. We'll talk about it. Or if you have any suggestions of anybody else I might kill on this night, that'd be good too. Got to be within the Illinois area though, because I don't got a lot of time to travel. So there it was, Lone Wolf McQuade, McJade. Isn't that what it is actually?
It's Lone Wolf McQuade.
McQuade. Oh, McQuade. Okay. Oh, Jade. You put Jade because because of Jason. Oh, okay. All right. Well, how's everybody doing out there on Halloween night? This is my favorite time of the year.
It is, huh?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I really appreciated Gotti letting me host the show tonight. That was really nice. Me and Gotti go way back, way back.
I figured it would be a killer time.
I see what you did there. I like that. Yeah. So Lone Wolf, tell me, what have you been doing? You hunting criminals now? What's Lone Wolf do actually?
We're a Texas Ranger.
Oh, Texas Ranger. So you're down in Texas right now?
We make busts.
Oh.
We bust people. Texas Ranger. You don't mess with a Texas Ranger.
Wow. I'll have to remember that next time I'm down in Texas, not to cause any trouble. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. That's why I said earlier, if you run into one of us, you're gonna have a problem.
Oh, there's more than one of you?
Texas Rangers, yeah. Well, McQuade's the best, but everybody else is everyone else is pretty good too, but McQuade's the best. We got Pete from Houston. See? He's from Texas.
Pete from Houston checking in on the show. Yo, he says. Hey, Pete, if you have any idea where Lori may be, let me know.
Call in.
Yeah, call in. That'd be great. Yeah, you call into the show live, and we'll talk about it. So you like my house back there? That's looking good back there. I got some lights on there, a little effect. I got some nice little, looks good back there.
The pumpkin, is that kind of like the little glowing up there? Yeah.
Right. I was just gonna say the pumpkin. It was I thought I'd put that out there. It was a last minute thing. Looks good.
I mean, it really helps you stay into the spirit.
Right. It's a little windy out here tonight too. So my hair is kind of like everywhere, but oh, we got a call coming in here. Let me. I think this is a call to the show. Well, let's see if this works. Caller, you're on the air.
To accept, press 1.
Oh.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh, I got to press 1.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Michael Myers don't know how to do this now. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
What's up there, Michael Myers and Lone Wolf McJade?
Oh, see that? I told you that was a Lone Wolf McJade. Yeah. All right. Who's calling here, caller?
It's Pete Phillips. How you doing, guys?
Pete Phillips. It's Pete from Houston.
Yep.
Hey, Pete, you don't mess with a Texas Ranger, do you?
Let me turn Pete up here.
No, I don't mess with any Texas Rangers.
Oh, you think they're tough? Who do you think's tougher, a Texas Ranger or me, Michael Myers?
Well, I've never run into you. I've run into Texas Rangers, so I'm just going to go with what I know.
Ah, see that? He's run into Texas Rangers already. Lone Wolf. You ever up in the
Anyway,
Illinois area, Pete?
I used to live up there. Goes through Crystal Lake all the time. Really didn't bother me.
Crystal Lake. Oh, my good friend Jason. He's out there in the Crystal Lake area.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Actually, he sent me a T-shirt the other day. It was pretty funny. I have to go find it. But if you're you're down in Texas, there, you haven't seen Lori down there in Texas, have you?
No, I have not seen Lori anywhere.
Man, Dang it.
I just wanted to let you know I'm out here in San Diego right now for the weekend. I'm hanging out at SDRC for a little bit, and I haven't seen her here either.
All right. So what is SRC? What is that? I'm not the
SDRC.
SDRC. What is that? Is that some kind of? I don't even know.
For us, for people that are into RC cars, it's San Diego RC Raceway. For people from San Diego, SDRC means something else. But
Oh, okay.
it's one of the nicest indoor dirt tracks in the country, and can't come to town without stopping by and watching stuff go around the surface here.
So that RC stuff is what Gotti and Jason normally do on the. They talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Every once in a while, they have a podcast and they talk about it.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what Gotti was filling me in a little bit on it before I took over tonight, because I'm not too familiar with the RC. So I'll have to look all this up.
I'm gonna let them get that one.
Are you
I'm out here.
are you currently driving an RC car right now?
Negative. I'm hanging out volunteer marshaling for practice here before they race.
So you're turn marshaling. What's that do?
It's when people run out of talent and they need someone to flip their car back on their wheels.
Right. Okay. All right. So see that.
I'm familiar with that. My racing skills are very weak, so I get to know all the turn markers pretty well. I figure I'll return the favor wherever I am.
So you crash a lot, huh?
Yeah, I crash more than I go straight.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure if I tried an RC car out, I'd be all over the place too. But
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys get back to your show. I'm gonna pay attention here, and I'll listen to the show later on.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for joining us, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
There y'all.
All right, we'll see you.
See ya.
Okay, well, that was Pete from Houston, Pete Phillips. I mean, the call was kind of pointless because he didn't tell me where Lori was at. But anyway, what are you gonna do? Oh, I wanted to show you that shirt that Jason, my good buddy Jason, got me. I'll be right back there, Lone Wolf.
Pretty good show here so far.
Got this shirt. Oh, it's getting all tangled. Well, I got some kids over here. You guys coming? All right, I got some kids. Hold on 1 second. I'm just doing something here. My buddy Jason sent me this shirt. Camp Crystal Lake running team. See?
Run for your life.
Run for your life. He just sent that to me. I was going to wear it, but I figured, I'm going to support J Concepts. We got the red there for blood. See that?
One of the supporters of the podcast, you wanted to go ahead and give them the support.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to do. So yeah, that's Jason, a real good friend of mine. He claims he has more kills than I do, but he's crazy, man. I'll tell you that.
It's not a competition that's easy to be in, and
yeah, well, he's out there in Timbuktu trying to kill people. I'm in Illinois. I'm right in the thick of it, so I kill a lot more people than him. This is Freddie Russell. He says, "Hi guys, happy Halloween."
Hey, Freddie. Happy Halloween, Freddie.
All right. Well, Gotti gave me a list of things he wanted me to go over. Did Jason Rona fill you in on all the events that he went to?
Yeah, he sure did.
Oh, look at it. Gotti gave me this big thing full of stuff he said we got to talk about. Well, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. Again, if you have any tips on where Lori's at, please feel free to call the show. Let me know. That's my main objective here tonight. I figured this would be a great way to
get out there.
Get out the word, I figured, on Gotti's podcast, even though there's only like 10 listeners. Actually, he said 9 because his gram died last year. I had nothing to do with that, by the way.
You're not claiming that?
No, I didn't. It was just old age. But, yeah. So here we are. episode something. I forget what Gotti said.
221.
221. And Lone Wolf McQuade, he was traveling with Jason Rona to, they were all over the place for like a month.
Yeah. We did
Oh, I got some kids over there. I'm
3
sorry.
weekends.
I'll be right back. I got some kids. I got to get candy too.
3 weekends in a row. Yeah, we did 3 weekends in a row. We did a Bigfoot monster truck crush.
Oh, you can't have more than one. All right. Run out of candy before the night's over. Anyway. All right. All right, I'm back.
Nice work.
Did you cover all the races?
No, I just barely started.
All right. All right. Well, you could go ahead. You were with Jason and you went to the, what was the first thing you guys went to?
Well, first of all, Alice and I went to a Bigfoot monster truck crush in Pacific, Missouri for my birthday.
All right. Well, happy birthday to you. How old are you now? Like, I don't know, 50?
44.
44. All right. I won't tell you how old I am. We'll just keep that.
Not a day over. Don't look a day over 49.
I look pretty good. I mean, like I said, it's windy out here. My hair's a mess, but you know, I got looking good. Not too many wrinkles, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of look like you got a bunch of filters on.
I got a few scars from a few fights I got into, little scuffles here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna have that on those big jobs.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you can hear the thunder. It's starting to rain a little bit here outside my house, but I think I'll be all right. I probably should have did it up on the porch, but anyway.
Well, it's your first time.
Right. Yeah. So bear with me on that. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so yeah, you and Allison went to some monster truck race.
Well, yeah, it was a crush in Pacific, Missouri. That was a fantastic time.
Oh, okay. And what did you do there?
Well, we went there, got some of the latest memorabilia, latest T-shirts. Watched Rebecca Schnell do a crush in Bigfoot 15.
Oh,
We made a fun video about it. Put that on the YouTubes. You ever check out the YouTube?
yeah. I've of course I've been on YouTube a few times already. Yeah, I checked it out. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
So,
Trying
it's a good weekend. That was what I chose as my, I guess, my birthday present.
So this Bigfoot, I tell you what, I tried looking for Bigfoot in the woods out here in Illinois once.
Did you have any success?
I didn't see anything. So this Bigfoot you talking about though is not the Bigfoot. This is the truck.
This is the truck, not
This is
the
truck. Okay, go ahead.
not the creature.
Right. All right, it's getting really windy here. I hope it's not interfering too much with the microphone.
No, it's fine.
Okay. All right. There we go. Let's see. Justin Bolton says, "What's up, Mike and Chuck?"
John Bolton.
John Bolton. Is he a fan of the show, John Bolton?
Yeah, I think he is. He's a big time fan.
All right, these guys, I got to mark them down so I don't kill them in the future. You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt them. If they're fans of the show, there's only a few of them, Gotti said, and you can't afford to lose any more.
No.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry I keep distracting you, but go ahead. I'm not used to this. I don't know how this works, so I'll put my knife down.
Not of the technical nature, are you?
Yeah. Not too much, no.
Does Michael Meyer, do you have a cell phone? Do you go with a cell phone?
Yes, I have a cell phone. It's really helpful these days too, doing a lot of things, you know.
Is the
That's
number
my
here, is
cell
that
phone
your
number.
cell?
See, my cell phone number is down there, 570-554-0877. You call me with any tips you have where I can find Lori tonight, especially tonight, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I have a cell phone.
Okay. Which brand did you go with?
Well, I went with whatever Gotti gets, because Gotti, I always talk to him. And Gotti was saying I needed to get the Note 9 back. This is it's been 2 years now since I had this. I'm due for an upgrade.
Gonna upgrade the plan.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go to Verizon, and I'm gonna get it all upgraded and stuff, and um, you know, I'm gonna probably stick with the Samsung Note line because I like them. Whatever Gotti gets, that's what I get because he obviously knows technology. So.
He's a good researcher on the YouTubes too.
Oh, that's exactly it. Yep, absolutely. Anytime I need some killing tips or anything, he's always there to provide them. But I hope I come through okay with my mask on here on the podcast, but I can't take the mask off. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry, guys. So the note has a pen. See, I like this. Right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Well, not only can you use it you can kill people with this thing too. I've done it already. I've already, stabbed them in the eye or something or in the neck, stuff like that. So it's like a weapon for me. And this is what Gotti was saying. He's like, look, this thing has this phone. You can hide it right in here. See? And the cops never know. They don't even know. I've been pulled over a few times because they're trying to look for a murder weapon. They couldn't find it. There it was right here. Actually, I shouldn't be doing this on the air in case they're watching.
You're giving away a lot of secrets here.
I figured I'd give you guys some tips. I mean, you're fans of the show. You're not going to throw me under the bus or nothing. You know what I mean? I may throw you under the bus, but, John Bolton says, Jamie Lee Curtis. How's Jamie Lee Curtis doing? I don't know who you're talking about, bro. Anyway. Yeah. All right. I'm looking for Lori, so if any information on Lori, call into the show and we'll talk about it. So. All right, so you're asking about my cell phone. What else you got? Did we cover that thing that you did with Allison? Allison's your wife, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, Pacific, Missouri. Did a crush there for my birthday, and that was a good time. And then the very next weekend, we had the RC Monster Truck World Challenge.
I thought Allison was Jason's wife.
Well, kind of one of the same.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Gotcha.
All right. Go ahead.
Did the RC Monster Truck World Challenge at RC Madness in Enfield, Connecticut. You remember me being there, right?
Oh, I do. Absolutely.
I told Gotti. I know he was kind of talking to you about it.
Yeah, Gotti always talks to me and tells me about what Jason's doing and what you guys are doing, Lone Wolf. I guess you hang out with Jason a lot.
Of course.
And, it's very interesting to me. I'd love to go to a race sometime. I haven't been to one. I do remember the one time I killed somebody, and inside their house they did have RC cars inside there.
You didn't stop. Yeah. Okay, so you did get one.
Absolutely, I did. Yep, I took one. I just ran it outside my house here. You know what I mean? I've never been to a racetrack.
Jumped it off the steps, right?
Absolutely. Right off that step, right off the porch there. And then in the back of the yard there, I have some room in the back. I built a little track there. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're getting some practice in.
Yeah.
So we did this RC Monster Truck World Challenge in Enfield, Connecticut. We ended up having to we had a cancellation from the previous race organizer who got sick and couldn't make it.
Oh.
So we kind of took over and ran our own event, and it actually worked out pretty well. We had a good turnout of trucks up there and got some nice photos, some nice video of the event, and it was good. We had a good event there. So you have to check it out on the YouTubes.
Well, how do I do that?
I'll send you a little clip.
Okay. This is on J Concepts YouTubes.
That's right.
Okay. J Concepts. Number 1, J Concepts. You're gonna send me the link now here. I'm gonna go over here and take a look. I'm gonna go to YouTube and type in J Concepts, see what happens. You can keep talking.
I just sent it through the chat, so you got the link. And
oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll do that right now. All right.
Will you be able to throw that up in the background for us?
How we gotta do that?
I don't know. I thought Gotti told us we could put the video up in the back.
I'll have to figure that out. Hold on. Let me find the link. Where'd you send the link to?
In the right in the StreamYard chat.
I think you guys sent it. Oh, you sent it to me in the Facebook chat there that we're in.
We're
I'll give out my Facebook name out there. I don't want any friend requests from everybody. There we go. Okay, thank you.
no problem.
All right, let's see how this works here. And just bear with me. I'm not very technically advanced here. Oh, I gotta move that over here.
There's the audio.
Okay, we got the audio up. Let me check this out. Let me look at my instructions that Gotti gave me on how to do stuff like this. Hold on one sec. I gotta get my book out. He wrote a whole thing down for me. How to do this? What's this thing called? Stream something. StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but something about share the screen.
That the weather's sounding a little bit sketchy in the background.
It is. That's a big concern with me. This equipment here I had set up. Like I said, I wanted to be outside. The kids don't seem like they want to come to my porch, so I'm out here on the sidewalk with the equipment set up. That way, they hand out candy to them. But everybody seems to shy away from the house. I have no idea why. We only had, 2 kids that just showed up. Maybe more are coming. I see them out there. They're all out there doing, running around the other houses. I'm over here. I got a bag of candy. I mean, I don't know why they don't just hop on over here. Maybe they see that I'm podcasting and they don't want to interrupt.
That would make sense.
That's all right. You can interrupt. You can come over. Hey, not going to hurt anybody. I got my knife down. Put it right there. All right, let me figure out how to do this. It says share screen. Share screen. And we're going to go here. All right, share audio. You want the audio. Okay.
You don't necessarily need the audio because I could describe what's going on.
All right, we don't need the audio. Okay, I won't check the audio then. But you know what's going to happen if I do this, though? Hold on one second here.
Oh. Gotti told you about that one going, huh?
Yeah, he said something about when you share a screen, it makes the other person disappear for a while. And he said he contacted StreamYard, and I got back to him, and he said he was supposed to go in incognito mode to fix that, but I didn't go in incognito mode. I forgot. It's right here on one of the tips, and I didn't do it. That's my fault. My apologies. You still want me to try and put it up on the screen? One of us would disappear probably. Can you still hear me, Lone Wolf McQuade?
I got you.
So, so tell me about the race. I really don't want to mess things up here.
Well, we built the track and got out there about Saturday, about 2 p.m. and got some qualifying done for the monsters. And then Sunday we did our eliminations. We had a retro class, a challenger class, and a pro mod class. But we had Friday rained, so we had a lot of track work to do on Saturday. And then we got into track building, got the race in, and everything went pretty well as far from that standpoint. Gave awards out at the end, and the race was over. And Rich and I flew back home, and Fred drove the van back home.
Wait, you and Rich? Where was Jason at?
Well, he was just racing.
Did Jason fly back with you, or did he ride with Fred?
No, he flew as well.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. So you, Jason, and Fred, or Rich.
Correct.
You flew back home. So you had to go up to this race and you had to put the track together?
Yeah, we had a last minute cancellation from the race organizer that we were going up, the event we were going up there for. And we were already up there, and Fred was halfway or more than halfway there. And we just said, you know what, we can probably do something. And we went ahead and ran a race. We came up with the race logo. We came up with the track layout. They scraped it clean for us at RC Madness, a nice spot to put the track. And
I like that name, RC Madness. Madness.
The Madness. Wasn't there a wrestler back then? The Madness, right? Macho. It's the Madness.
You talking about Randy Savage, Macho Man?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember him. I used to be a big wrestling fan, along with Gotti.
Used to.
Yeah, I kind of fell behind on following it. Gotti keeps me informed of what's going on, but haven't had a lot of time to watch TV recently. They disconnected my cable. Something about I wasn't paying my bill.
Yeah, you would think you'd have some pull there.
I got nothing, man. I
All
will
right.
talk those guys later.
Yeah, you'll deal with them separately.
Yeah, Gotti gives me his WWE Network account though, so I get to see some of the stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. So, got that event in. Then
All right.
the very next weekend we went to Minnesota. You ever been to Minnesota?
No, never been there actually.
Okay.
Is it pretty nice there?
It was nice where we were.
And it wasn't cold because I heard
well,
Minnesota can be pretty cold.
It was really cold. I mean, besides that, we were. It was 18 degrees.
Oh. I hate when I go. Yeah, I have to go do some killing, and it's very cold out. Hate it.
Yeah. Well, you want to do it in a comfortable environment.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was our J Concepts NCTS race, the Midwest Carpet Nationals. The first time we had it was last year at that location. Then we moved. We made it to this year, 2020. It's really the only carpet event we were able to run all year.
Okay.
Because of the COVIDs.
Right. That's
a good thing for you is you don't have to adjust to a mask. You always have a mask. So.
Always. I've always worn. I'm not anti-mask. These people are like, "Hey, what's the problem? I've been wearing a mask forever."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm good. You know what I mean?
A little ahead of the game there.
Exactly.
So, Minnesota got up there. Thunder Road RC Raceway. Great. I mean, this facility is. It's amazing. It's to die for.
I like it. To die for. Right. Go ahead. Tell me more. Now you caught my interest. Go ahead.
One of the best ones that we go to for the year. So they got a hobby town in the front, Thunder Road RC, the track in the back. Super nice. Great carpet track. We had a good turnout, right around 200 entries.
Oh.
A lot of people.
That's good.
So good race. I raced myself. So I raced monster trucks in Connecticut and then 10 scale buggy on carpet up in Minnesota. So
well, how'd you do, Lone Wolf?
I got third in one of the classes and 8th in the other.
Oh, wow. That's the 8th place isn't great, but the third, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad for an old wolf.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Old Wolf McQuade.
Old Wolf McQuade. I like it. Hey, by the way, you mentioned about the COVID. I just wanted to let you know there's no COVID cases in Haddonfield, Illinois.
So it's a place to come, huh?
It wouldn't even come near here because of me. I just, get rid of it. Gone. Out the door. Get out of here. Don't even come in this town.
So you don't put up with it.
I don't put up with nothing. There's no crime here besides what I do. And then, like I said, no COVID. No COVID cases at all. You can look it up online. There's nothing.
On the Google.
On the Google. Yeah, but you can look it up. Look it up. Anyway. So 3rd and 8th. The 3rd place you got up in RC Madness.
No, at the NCTS in
Right. Okay.
in Minnesota.
You get something for 3rd place?
Got a plaque.
Oh, great. That's good. I like it. Yeah.
Got a couple wins. Or I got a win.
Concepts team?
No, at the event we did in Connecticut, I got a win there in the pro mod class. I got a 2nd there. I got a TQ and a 2nd in the other class. So we pulled some stuff down. We're kind of
nice.
Racing well there for all the teams.
Okay. J Concepts team.
Mm-hmm.
How'd J Concepts tires work? Pretty good.
They were killer.
I like it. I like it. I like this Lone Wolf McQuade guy. I have to come down to Texas sometime and hang out with you.
Hey, if you come see me in Texas, there's gonna be trouble.
I got some kids. Go ahead. You keep talking. I'll be right back.
There's gonna be trouble if you come to Texas.
All right, there you go. Thanks a lot. Thanks for showing up, guys. Appreciate it. Tell everybody else I still got some candy left. All right, where was I? 3rd place and 8th. Good job, Jason, or Lone Wolf, or whatever your name is.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Minnesota. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was the 3rd travel weekend in a row. And yeah, it's been busy. We've been busy at the shop, releasing new products.
So down in J Concepts, you got a lot of new stuff coming out for the guys that are racing RC cars.
We got tons, yeah.
What do we got new coming out? Anything exciting?
Bodies, wheels, accessories.
Any apparel?
No apparel yet.
Okay, I need some new. I'm gonna have to give you my address. I don't know, and up here in Illinois, and
you want to text that to me later?
Yeah, I'll text it to you later. I'd like to get a couple shirts and hats, from when I'm out there doing things at night and representing JC. I hope you don't mind. So,
there's just a little bit of concern, I think.
There is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't worry. I'll represent you well, and spread the good word about J Concepts.
Your reputation precedes you.
Right. Yeah.
So we got those 3 events going. We got a AMS 11.0 is coming up. 11 years.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah, Alabama Manufacturer Shootout in Coleman, Alabama. It's going to be the 11th annual event.
Oh, wow, 11 years, huh?
Yeah, I remember going to the first one. Paul and I. You remember Paul, right?
Yeah, I think. I heard of Paul on the interwebs. He's a good J Concept employee, I think, or something. Paul. What's his name? P-Dub.
Yeah.
P-Dub, they call him.
Yep,
I don't know his last name, but anyway.
You got it.
Right. Paul Lemieux?
No.
I know Paul Lemieux. He's up in this territory.
Yeah.
Paul's a good guy.
Maybe he's seen Lori.
But that's why I'm hoping maybe he sees the show and he could call me on that phone number. If you're watching, you can call that phone number and call into the show here, and we'll talk about if you've seen Lori or not. Yeah, if you want to talk about RC, you can talk about that too, because Lone Wolf knows a lot about that. Anyway, yeah. So Paul Dub. What's his last name?
I don't know if I should tell you, but
Okay, yeah, you don't have to tell me. If I want to come get them, though, I'll just come down to J Concepts in Florida. But that's quite a hike, though.
yeah, probably not a bad idea.
I don't want to travel on the airlines during COVID. I don't know how you guys do it, but I try to be careful. All right, so you and Paul, where'd you guys go?
No, they're going to go next week to AMS 11.0.
Okay, that's going to be an exciting race. That's Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking it up online here. It says it's nitro.
That it's 8 scale, so there is some e-buggy and some nitro, correct?
Okay, all right. I like nitro.
Yeah,
Gotti told me all about nitro.
he loves it.
He loves it. He loves it. Matter of fact, I called him up the one day. He was at a nitro race somewhere down in Pennsylvania.
Finally found out what this noise was in my office.
What is it?
Well, I keep thinking that the door's opening and it's my button. my button goes by something here now.
You got to be careful with those things. That can give your location away if somebody's trying to stalk you or kill you or something and you're hiding. I tell you, I don't know how many times I ran across somebody that was hiding on me, and something like simple as that gave away their location.
Yeah, you're able to figure it out pretty quickly from there.
Right. Sure was. Okay. If you're just tuning in, again, I'm Michael Myers up here in Haddonfield, Illinois. That's Lone Wolf McQuade, and we're talking a little bit of Halloween, mostly RC car racing. Gotti gave me a rundown of what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to do. He doesn't want me to get off script too much, but I never did this stuff before, and I never been to an RC race, so it's pretty interesting listening to Lone Wolf tell me about it. So.
Yeah, I'll be able to check out those videos later.
I will do that. I'd not too familiar with share screening, so maybe if Gotti was here, it'd be a little bit better.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right. All right. This is the Halloween episode. I got the.
It's going well.
Well, I was a little nervous about doing it, but here I am.
I don't understand what's going on with your hair.
Oh, it's windy out here. I mean, I tried to bring it down. See, and then the wind. You can hear the wind in the background, and it just blows it everywhere.
Okay, I got you.
We could just leave it like this. See, look at that. It's full.
It looks good.
You like it?
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody's tuning in for this.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I got slicked back a little bit. I look like Pat Riley. Remember him?
Yeah.
Pat
Oh,
Riley?
yeah.
Yeah.
Coach of the Lakers.
Yeah. Man, I used to love Pat Riley. Yeah. Is he still around?
He's around.
Good. He's with the Lakers still, head coaching?
No. He's down the Miami Heat now.
Oh, all right.
He's a big wig down there.
Okay.
Part owner.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Yeah. Well, I sort of look like him, so
Keep it slicked back. I think it's good.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with my camera. I don't know if it. Oh, that's all right, I guess. All right. Again, I'm outside, so bear with me, guys.
So AMS 11.0, that's coming up next week. And then the week after that, I'm going to be in Kansas City. I'm flying into Kansas City and then going over to Blue Springs, Missouri. You probably didn't watch the show. I don't know if Gotti told you we had Chuck on from Fastlane.
Oh no, you know what? Actually, I did check that out. Yep.
So we're heading over there for a big event there, and I'll be over there representing that. And then the weekend after that, in Florida, we're having the Florida Carpet Championships at Beachline. So we got three big events coming up in a row, and it's been sort of a backloaded season here for RC races.
Now Beachline I heard of. That's a very popular RC track, right?
Yeah, Cocoa over close to the beach in Cocoa might be a good place for you to visit.
Man, that sounds nice. So it's over there by Cocoa Beach, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I was there years ago for spring break. A long time ago. Good times. So if I go to this track, Beachline RC, I could just go right over to the beach.
It's close. It was about 20 minutes away. So you could spend a few minutes at the RC track and then head right over to the beach.
Man, that sounds like a lot of fun. Could stalk some chicks over there, I guess, I would imagine.
Yeah, you could.
Nice. Okay, so Beachline RC. I wonder if they would let me race if I went.
I think so. You could do like a rental. I think they have car rentals out there. You could rent something. Probably give you a good deal.
Wow. Jeez.
Give you maybe half off.
I like that. Half off. Get it? Half off. Half off.
So 3 big races in a row there. And let's take a look at the calendar. And I think I'm only going to, after that, I think we're only doing, one or two events in December only.
My hair's falling out. Look at this.
Old age finally catching up to you.
I tell you what, I don't know, man. I think it's they also could be a sign of COVID, they said, but I don't think I have COVID.
Well, you usually stay at home, right?
Yeah, but pretty much right up there, and that's my room right there, the one with the light off. Okay. I don't like a lot of light, but I had to put that light on over there just, for the ambiance here at the show.
Ambiance.
Yeah. And again, I'm looking out over there, and I see all the kids avoiding my house. I only had a few kids that showed up, but I told them, hey, bring more kids. I got a lot of candy.
Well, what I notice is when they do come, you're loading them up pretty well on candy.
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole bag here I got to give away. So, what's your favorite candy?
Oh man, what's not to like about a lot of them?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I like, honestly, if you're gonna get the hard candies like Nerds, I like those.
Nerds, yes. Love
those
the Nerds.
Are good. Those are good. If you're going to get into the chocolates, Reese's are good, Snickers, the peanut butter cups, Kit Kats. Kirby would like that.
Oh. Now who's Kirby?
He's one of Gotti's other friends.
Oh, okay. All right.
He probably mentioned him.
Now that you mentioned it, I think I've Kirby, yes. Kirby, I forget his last name, but anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's really not all that important.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Butterfingers. That's one of my favorite chocolate candies.
Yeah. You know what? All this talking about candy, I might actually stop on the way home and get a couple things.
Oh.
I honestly don't have any at the house.
You don't?
Nope.
Oh, all right. You're not handing out candy for Halloween tonight, huh? Well, of course you're doing the show, so I guess you can't. So we got Butterfingers, like you said, hard candy Nerds is good. Jolly Ranchers, that's another one of my favorites. Jolly Ranchers, Apple Jolly Rancher.
Apple Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, Apple. It comes with a bunch of cherry, watermelon, but Apple's like one of my favorites in there. And you ever get the Jolly Rancher sticks? They have these sticks, they're like that long. and it's just one flavor Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Rancher, huh?
Yeah, it's really good. You got to give it a try. Go to the store and pick some up. Yep.
I think I got those.
So, but this bag here that I got, it has a mixture of everything. See, got a bunch of stuff. You got Twix in there.
Oh, I forgot about Twix. Twix and M&Ms. I love those.
Yep, Milky Way. A lot of good stuff.
I can. Yeah, I mean, it's like Milky Way. It's like, I could take it or leave it on the Milky Way. That's like the total last resort.
Total last resort. Okay, well, I like this guy that's on the bag. See that guy? He's pretty scary looking right there. Look at him.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got the fangs going there. Yeah. Favorite time of the year. I'm sorry, I got you all distracted and all discombobulated or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about RC. You and Paul Lynn are going to Beachline RC to do some racing. Then what are you guys doing there? I mean, what after that? What are you doing? What are you laughing at, man? I'm trying my best here. Give me a break.
Yeah, this wasn't the show I expected, you know.
It's the Halloween RIPCast edition, special edition show. What do you expect?
It's a special edition, all right.
Well, I hope Gotti isn't too mad when he comes back or watches this. I'm just trying my best here. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all you can ask.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to make Gotti upset. You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
No, definitely not. He's one guy that I'm afraid of.
You would not mess with.
Not mess with him. No. Not at all. He's a good guy, though. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's all right.
Hey, watch it there, buddy. All right, well.
So talk to us about how it's been going for you the past few weeks. Did you check? Was our last show with Chuck? Was that our last one? Did he give you the information there?
Yeah, he did. There, I gotta grab it here. Episode 220 was with Chuck. You got to help me out with the last name. Kleinhagen?
Yeah, Kleinhagen.
All right, and he had written down here Fastlane, the owner of Fastlane Raceway that you were talking about earlier, and Roar President, whatever that is, Roar President.
Yep, Roar.
What's that?
Radio operated auto racing.
Okay, so he's the president of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was episode 220. We're on 221 now. I did listen to the episode. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was and we're going to an event at his track. You know, that's a couple weeks away too. We went over that. That's a travel race for me to Kansas City, fly into Kansas City, and then head over there to Blue Springs.
Yeah, okay. I saw pictures of the track on the show when he had the show.
I see we got 4 people watching. So
there's more than 4 watching right now that I could tell.
Oh, okay.
7. 7.
Okay.
Gotti said there's about 9 listeners, as I mentioned earlier.
So we almost have them all on.
Well, now it's 8, I see. Yeah, he said there was 9 listeners of the podcast. It was 10, but his grand passed away, which I had nothing to do with. And she, obviously can't listen no more.
No.
So we lost a listener there, and hopefully we don't lose any more. You don't want to go backwards here. We want to go forward with the show, and Gotti was hoping that with me on the show, covering for him this week, things would, maybe pick up a little bit. Some of my fan base, I have a cult following, and hopefully they, hey, Michael was on the Radio Impound podcast, and then they start subscribing and listening or something. Hopefully they like RC, but yeah, maybe get new customers too.
One thing you could
A little
consider
more
is maybe
price.
having your own podcast. You could do sort of an offshoot version. Have your own Michael Myers podcast. You guys could you could bring on different guests, people that maybe in the business, industry insiders, people that are really good at what they do in your business.
Man, I really like that. Wow.
I mean, it might make a little more sense for you to have that type of podcast than to be on an RC. I don't know. I just kind of throw that.
Well, I was just filling in today. I mean, it was the last, guy. He's like, hey, but he also thought it was a great idea because it was Halloween, and he said, hey, Mike,
come on out.
Hey, he called me up. He said, hey, Mike, when do you do the podcast for me? Set up your laptop. I just got a laptop. I have my mic plugged into it, and I'm doing the best I can here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not real familiar with the program that he set me up with here, but
you got the instructions, though.
I have the instructions right here, and I'm following them step by step as best as I can. And I see there's some comments over here that I missed.
Okay.
I have to get over here somehow. Oh wait, this is Allison Rona. She says me. I don't know what that means, but all right. Allison, if you have a clue of where Lori may be, give us a call at 570-554-0877. That'd be excellent. That was my main goal coming on this show, was to try and find Lori. And your idea of having a podcast might be great, because it may help me find Lori that way. If I do a weekly podcast, I remember a show back in the day called America's Most Wanted,
mm-hmm.
and it really helped the cops find a lot of killers, and not me though.
Could never catch you.
And I'm thinking if I do a podcast about Lori in the Haddonfield, Illinois area here, and maybe locate her, I don't just quit on Halloween. After tomorrow's November 1st, I'm not just going to give up my search. So just so you know.
Yeah, no, don't do
that. So John wants to know, so how does COVID affect the slashing adventures, Mike? Well, I tell you what, I got to, I don't have to, I already got my mask on, so I don't have to worry about it when I go out slashing.
You're already safe.
The thing is here, I get a bad rap, like I'm going out just slashing people. Again, my main goal is to find Lori, and people just get in my way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't mean any harm, but if you're in my way, I got to get rid of you somehow.
Collateral damage.
Right. It's usually with like that.
Collateral damage.
Absolutely. I don't use guns. So if any of you guys concerned out there that I use guns, it's not what I just use my knife. That's it. I mean, it's pretty simple.
I mean, like I said, you'll run into trouble if you ever come to Texas and you mess with a ranger. It's game over.
Are you threatening me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like this guy.
So if you come to Texas, there's going to be trouble.
So anyway, John, to answer your question, it actually makes things a little easier because I go around the house to house searching for everybody, and everybody's home now. So, I don't have to go a lot of places. I just go right down the neighborhood and I go into the houses and check them out. And if people get in my way, I just slash them. Yeah, not too bad.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but we're being safe. I got my mask on when I'm out there, and don't want to spread COVID anywhere.
Don't be a part of the problem.
All right, John Bolton. I think he's the only one watching. John Bolton says, "Did Traxxas name the slash after Mike?"
Good question. Good question.
That's a great question, man. Well, I guess we'd have to contact Traxxas about that, because maybe somebody inside the Traxxas company is a big Michael Myers fan and decided, hey, what better name to call this RC car Slash? So, never know. Collateral damage. John Bolton again, our only listener. Sounds like Gotti on the track. Collateral damage. I heard that Gotti really is pretty bad racing RC cars there, Lone Wolf.
He's not bad. I mean, he's won a couple mains in the P main and stuff like that.
P main.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Isn't that pretty bad? Because isn't the goal the A main?
It typically is for most, but when you're a little skill challenged, like a Gotti,
Oh, that's true.
he's a little skill challenged.
He is. Well, yeah, that's so the goal's the A main, and oh boy, I think it's starting to rain a little. I gotta cover up this this laptop up a little bit here and make sure it don't get wet. I'm sorry about that.
Go ahead and do what you got to do.
So, yeah, so P main. Well, what are you gonna do, Gotti's Gotti. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna do Gotti things. So,
Yep.
yeah. All right. Well, John, we won't tell him you said that. Hopefully, he's not watching.
And he's not the one to really be concerned about. I mean, if you insult Gotti,
yeah,
that's okay.
Hey, John, if you know where Lori's at, please give us a call. We'll put you on the air and we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like John's a Trump fan. I see he has a Trump thing on his Facebook profile there.
Yeah, he's riding that Trump train.
Yeah, the Red Nation, I think they call themselves. I like the color red, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can see how that would tie in.
Yeah, the J Concept shirt. I got the red there for the blood. That's why you made that shirt. This is the Halloween edition J Concept shirt, isn't it?
We're still a little unsure if we like that you're out there representing, to be honest.
Oh, well, that's not a nice thing to say. I won't hold that against you.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, he's a Trump fan. I see John Bolton is. So that's we'll see what happens. Oh, let's see. John says, "Yep, Trump Biden will close it down." Biden will close it down. I don't know what that means. Biden will close it down. Well, hey, if you need any help with Biden there, Bolton, just let me know. If he's up in this Illinois area, look out.
Look out.
We can eliminate that problem real quick. I'll tell you why I like Donald Trump, because remember I said I watch wrestling, and I watched WrestleMania, and Donald Trump was in it one time.
That's a good reason. I mean,
he knocked over Vince McMahon, then he shaved Vince McMahon's head because he lost the match. So I like Donald Trump because he likes wrestling, and anybody who likes wrestling is a friend of mine. Like Gotti is. He's a friend of mine because he likes wrestling.
I quit watching. And I don't know if Gotti told you the story about when I quit watching.
No, he never did. Why'd you quit watching?
That was when the Ultimate Warrior beat Hogan.
Okay.
I was out from that point out.
John says, shut down businesses is what Biden's about. Businesses. Well, we don't want that to happen. I got my own little business going on here, and I don't need him interfering in it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to screw up your numbers.
Absolutely. All right, well, we can't vote for him then, I guess so. I'll tell you who's a good friend of mine, though, that you might want to vote for. Kanye West.
Ah.
Kanye West, man. He's a good friend of mine, actually. Actually, I like his wife more than him. But anyway, that's besides the point.
That's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother story.
All
right, should we get off track here? Because Gotti's really going to kill me when he finds out there was no RC talk in there, and I didn't let you talk about RC. So Beachline RC. I think that's where we were at, Beachline. You're going there next week.
Not quite.
When you going there? I don't know.
That's a couple. Let's see. That's still a couple weeks away.
All right. Well, all right, here we go. Well, we were just talking about racing, so this is Kyle's going to put us on the right track. Now you can call the show.
Hopefully.
You can call the show at 570-554-0877. You can tell me where Lori's at, have any tips, or you can ask Lone Wolf some RC questions if you have any questions for him.
Or any Texas Ranger questions.
Or any Texas Ranger questions, too. Yeah, he's all familiar with that, obviously. Kyle Hydro. I like that name, Kyle Hydro.
Yep.
What's
The next
big race coming up?
AMS 11.0. That's Cullman, Alabama. It's the 11th time 11th year. I remember going to the first one, like we talked about. Me and Paul, we went there with the trailer set up. Mayfield came there with us, but
Ryan Mayfield. Is that correct?
that's right.
I see. I know my name. I know that name. Gotti told me all about Ryan Mayfield.
Good.
And he said that Ryan was one of the dominant racers in RC racing, world champion, all this stuff. He said he's one of the best to ever, one of the best to ever race in RC cars.
One of the best ever to hold the radio.
Okay, there we go.
How do they say it in sports? They say lace up the shoes or put on a pair of gym shorts. How do they say it? One of the best to ever put on.
One of the best to ever lace up a pair of sneakers.
Yeah. So for that is one of the best to ever pick up a radio. Could you say that?
Yeah, Ryan Mayfield. I heard that name, and I heard he's really killer on the track.
He is.
Yeah. So Mayfield, and then I've heard of a couple names because I talked to Gotti a lot, and
Rivkin.
Rivkin. I forget his first name, but anyway, Rivkin. I heard of that name. And then back in Gotti's day, he used to mention about Magic Johnson.
Joel
Magic Johnson. Okay. Not the basketball player, but Joel is his name. And his nickname's Magic also?
That's correct, yeah.
All right, so Joel Magic Johnson. And
are you making notes here too?
Well, yeah. Obviously, I got my pen here.
Got some crib notes.
I'm writing this stuff down. This pen here, by the way, like I mentioned, I used the pen in my Note 9 to kill a few people. I've done the same with this pen, by the way. Joel Johnson, and then other great racers out there. He mentioned a bunch of them to me. But Brian Kinwald.
Mm-hmm. He's one of the good ones too.
A real good guy. Sorely missed. All right, so Kyle, did we answer Kyle's? Yeah, we said AMS 11.0 is the big one, and Jason and Lone Wolf and all the guys are going to be there.
We'll all be there.
And that's my favorite. And I know they race the electric, but nitro. I love nitro too.
Yeah, the nitros are really, really fun.
So what tires are we going to use there? Or don't we know till we get there?
We'll start with the reflexes, most likely. The green compound. I'm sure by the end of the weekend, we'll probably be on some detoxes.
Okay.
We have a tire that works well that you may like.
Oh.
It's called the Stalkers.
Stalker. I like it. I like that name. That's a good name. Wow. That's a dang good name there, Stalkers.
So that's something that would be the tire that you'd probably want to use.
I would love that tire. That's the only tire I would ever use. Even if it didn't work, I'd still use Stalkers. You have any other tires that might be up my alley? Slashers?
We don't have a Slashers.
Okay.
We had a... that one won't work.
Hey, Gotti just texted me. Let me see what he says here. Oh, okay. We got. He wanted to know how the show's going. I don't know. I just hope it's going okay for you guys. I hope everybody enjoys it.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted me to remind everybody that the show can be seen here, and plus it's all on the podcast apps. You can find it there also.
I'm
So make
sure
you mention that.
I'll be re-listening to this one pretty quickly as soon as it goes up.
Oh, well, that's good. The more downloads we get, the better, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope we get a lot of downloads because I want him to see how successful the show is with me on it, and maybe he'll invite me back during the year after Halloween.
I really hope so.
I like it. All right, well, Kyle, that answers your question. And Kyle, if you're still out there watching or listening, are you going to the race? That's what we want to know. Are you going to AMS? And if you are, make sure you visit the J Concepts tent. They have a tent set up. I know that because I've seen it.
That's correct.
And they're there to help their customers, help them out. You know, if you're a customer of J Concepts, they're going to help you out. You're struggling on the track, they're there for you. That's what's great about J Concepts. They have excellent support. That's very important. Justin Doyle says, "What is going on in here?"
Well, we're glad that he could join us.
Right.
That's what we're happy about.
Well, Justin, we're trying to talk RC. I keep distracting because I get off course a little bit. I have a script here that I'm supposed to follow, but that I've gone off of it. But Justin, if you want to call on the show, you're more than welcome to. You could talk to Lone Wolf, ask him some RC questions. He's very knowledgeable in RC. And if you have any tips on where Lori may be, who I'm looking for tonight, that would help me out tremendously. So don't be afraid to call into the show. Anybody can call into the show. And yeah, give us some tips. And maybe Lone Wolf will give you some RC tips.
Please.
Let's see here. Okay. We already answered that question. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So AMS is the next big race. But I feel like we're missing a bunch of things before AMS, though. Oh, here we go. We got a call coming into the show. Let me try and figure this out. Bear with me as I try to figure this out here. Let's see here. We got I think that might be it. Hello. Hello, caller.
Hey, Michael.
Oh, how you doing? Who's calling here?
This is John Bolton.
John Bolton. Oh, we just saw you online, sir.
That's right. I had to drop offline and then call in. I couldn't miss the chance to talk to Michael Myers and
we're big megastars. Absolutely, man. I'm so happy you called. Now, do you have any idea where I might find Lori?
Probably some house somewhere, just sitting around by herself. I have no idea where.
Well, I tell you what, I checked all the houses out here in Haddonfield. I'm going to go out later here after this podcast and check it out. But yeah, I haven't found her yet, so we're trying to find out, get some tips. You know, maybe somebody's seen her or whatever. Cool. Yeah.
So, John, what's going on? What's you guys been racing at all?
Well, I've won a race, but I haven't been able to do it. I changed jobs, and the times just haven't worked out up here in Minnesota. I see you're up here. Well, Lone Wolf, I guess Jason was up here a couple weeks ago or a week ago.
We're all up there. All of us were up there. Yeah, we flew into Minneapolis, then we drove over to St. Cloud.
Yep.
And we actually had a really good race.
Pretty nice track.
Oh, it's beautiful there.
Yeah.
That facility's amazing.
Watched it online. It's definitely a place I need to go to.
Yeah, it's been one of my favorites to visit every year.
So the times haven't worked out. Only race I've attended has been down at Hobby Haven because I've had to go to Des Moines several times this year. So.
Where's this Hobby Haven track at?
Urbandale, Iowa.
Iowa, okay.
But I'm in the Twin Cities, so that's a long ways to go all the time. So
yeah, I'm familiar with Iowa actually.
You are, huh?
I was down that way a few times looking for somebody. Wasn't Lori.
There you go.
Yeah.
You've traveled the nation, it sounds like.
I have.
So how far is it from the Twin Cities to Urbandale?
It's 235 miles.
Okay, so it's about 4 hours ish.
Yeah, 3.5 usually can do it in. So.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, we did when we did the Minneapolis over to St. Cloud. What's that? About an hour and 15 minutes up there, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, good trip though. We
Yep.
had a great race. It was cold, 18 degrees that one morning.
Wow.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Had snow, early snow this year. Winter's coming, but I don't. That's a Minnesota thing. I still don't like it.
Yeah,
I'm up here.
We checked into the hotel and they're like, "Is the highway open?" Sometimes they close it. I'm like, "Yeah, it was open." They're like, "Well, there's sometimes it'll be closed because they can't get it, plowed or whatever soon enough." I'm just like, "Man,
Wow."
I think it's kind of sits in a way where the wind blows across it, just the right angle closes it down.
Yeah, I hate snow.
So
I can't stand snow.
Well, yeah, but you have an advantage right now. Like they have the mask laws up here, and you just kind of fit right in. Now you were mask cool before it was cool, I guess. So.
Absolutely, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, he was an outsider previously, but now he's kind of in fashion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Everybody's joined you.
I tell you what, though, the one
So
the one good thing about snow, you know what it is?
It's easy to track.
What's that?
Easy to track. Absolutely, it's easy to track my prey.
Well, that's true.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Yep. And just follow the blood trails. It's
Laura,
easy.
I've heard a couple of those things where I know a place where this guy robbed a place. He walked from his house to the little store to rob it, and then walked back home, and they found him because of the fresh snowfall. So he didn't plan that very well. So.
Oh man, you gotta do better than that.
Beginners.
Exactly.
Beginners. I know how to
Yep.
maneuver around in the snow and make it look like I went this way when I actually went this way. Pretty easy.
Exactly. So you raced up there at St. Cloud, didn't you, Jason?
Yeah, I ran 40 plus and 2-wheel mod. It was good. My car worked awesome. Didn't get really the opportunity to run a lot of carpet. The last time I ran carpet was January of this year. So January to last weekend.
So do you think, what's your opinion on carpet? I mean, every race has it, every track has its place. I mean, I'll race on anything, but how do you feel the cars hold up to the kind of the added strain of cornering and stuff on carpet? You feel they wear out a little bit more, or?
I think some of the things get stretched a little bit. If you run that brass front bulkhead, Paul, that was one of the reasons we made the steel front bulkhead for the car, is because it's a lot more durable than the brass. So we've taken a couple steps to beef up some things that I think has really kind of helped on the carpet, and the cars themselves, I think, are really kind of made for that surface now, more so than any surface.
Yeah.
They work extremely well on carpet, and I had no complaints about my stuff, and I think it's fun. I like doing it. It's not my favorite. Is still if I can race some outdoor 10 scale, but that's just few and far between the opportunities now to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit old school. I like the outdoor off-road.
Mm-hmm.
But, I've raced in all kinds of crazy stuff.
No, yeah, I mean that's
kind
of
track. I had a little small. This is back when I was living back in Iowa. I had I started a hobby shop, gave it a shot, but I started at the wrong time, right just before the economy crashed. So that was really a great time to start something. And but I had a little small indoor track. Everybody kind of talked me into running it because I did have a building that was available to me. The only problem is I didn't have heat constantly.
Oh.
So I'd heat it on race day, but I couldn't heat it during the week.
Mhm.
And you ever raced in frozen dirt before?
You know,
Any good tires?
not very often.
Frozen dirt. What kind of compound would you recommend for that?
Yeah, it's probably completely different than you would think.
Yeah, it was a little insane, but we made a go of it. But then the economy kind of went to crap, and so did my business. So but way it goes.
That's
Give it
why,
a shot.
that's why we got to
Yeah.
vote for Trump, right?
Yep, we had fun.
Hey, Jason, so what kind of tires would he run, Jason, on something like that? Do you know? Or Lone Wolf, I'm sorry, Lone Wolf.
Yeah, sorry. You know, I think you're going to need stuff that's going to dig to the ice.
To the ice?
I think we were running. What was it? Like BK bars or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably the tire at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now we'd probably be running
And we're
ellipse or dirt webs.
cutting them down and making front tires out of them too, and they seem to be working. So.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got a Randy Enger, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. It says John Bolton used to hand count my laps back in the step pin tire days. Step pin tires.
Oh,
Yep, I ran a track up here at Hobby Zone, and they didn't have lap counting system, so I hand counted all the races.
Oof, that had to be hard.
Nah, it's easy.
Oh, okay. Well, I only
you
could
do
count
enough,
so
you know,
high,
it's
so
kinda
that'd be really hard for me.
Kind of like slashing. If you do it enough, you get used to it, I guess.
That's right. I'm a pro.
Or kicking ass like Lone Wolf.
See that?
I told him, I said, if he ever comes to Texas, he's in trouble
Hey, don't threaten me, boy.
Yeah, I
with a good time.
guarantee that. Yeah.
I'm the Ryan Mayfield of slashing. So.
Well, that's true. That's true. You just can't find Lori's the only problem.
I can't, man. This is really, it's really getting to be get on my nerves here. That's why I'm hoping this podcast, even though it's an RC podcast, I'm hoping that
You
somebody
get
else
the word out. You can get the word out there.
get the word out. And plus, Lone Wolf there had a great idea of starting my own podcast. Maybe do it weekly. That way, maybe I could find her easier. Man, get a lot of tips coming in, like the America's Most Wanted show. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Oh, that's true. Jason's Most Wanted. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. So Michael Myers Most Wanted. Yeah.
Or
Oh.
Michael Myers. I'm thinking.
Yeah, Jason's a good friend of mine, though, John. I don't know if you saw it earlier in the podcast. He did send me a shirt. I'm wearing my J Concepts shirt today because I wanted to represent J Concepts. Whereas some of the people in RC say JC Concepts. Those guys are morons. But anyway, here's the...
It's like your tracks slasher.
Right. Track Slasher. Okay, I like the name Slasher, but yeah, you gotta say it right. Traxxas. I even know that. I'm not even an RC, and I know it's Traxxas. But anyway, I don't know if you're watching, John, but right there's a shirt that Jason sent me. Camp Crystal Lake.
No, I had to disconnect.
Oh, okay.
So I could make the call on my truck here. So.
All right. Well, Jason sent me this shirt. You can watch it back later. It's a pretty nice shirt he sent me.
Camp Crystal Lake.
I'm not wearing it tonight, but I just wanted to be get into the RC mode since J Concepts. At least I know how to pronounce J Concepts.
Good job, Michael.
There you go.
All right.
At the races you've been attending, Jason, do you feel have they had any limits on the amount of racers, or do you think or people? I know people seem to be itching to race, but with the limits that are on some of the races, do you think once things open up, it's really going to kind of explode?
Every race that I have been to has been well attended. I'm trying to think if any of them have actually limited entries that I've been to. I've heard of a couple limiting entries, but I don't think
I know that.
any of the ones I've been to, I don't think they've actually limited them.
Well, that's cool. I know that they're going to run a carpet track here, not too far from where I live. They ran last night, but they're limiting it to 35 people. You have to sign up beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
They're limiting it to 35 people. Now you can run, obviously, if you want to run 10 classes as one person, you can. But it's actually 35 people. So
Yeah, I know Tacoma RC Raceway is kind of doing a similar thing. When we were going to do our race in Arizona, we had talked about doing a split schedule there, so there was less people in the building at one time. We never actually ended up doing that event, but that was going to be a part of the schedule there. But the events that we've run have been pretty open. Everyone kind of has their own rules that you're supposed to follow.
Sure.
But
well, then you got probably the biggest race of the year to get canceled, the Reedy race.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, it's getting canceled for 21 already. That's the part that's kind of a little almost annoying. But
yeah,
it's coming up so fast,
like,
unfortunately. The biggest thing there, I think, with the Reedy race is that the international travel. I think that's
the ability for people to travel. Yep.
So I think the guys coming in internationally to participate is what kind of motivated them to put it on hiatus.
I don't know. Isn't there still some travel bans? Like, don't they have problems coming from Canada to here and stuff like that?
Yeah, they do. And so, yeah, that's been the concern. So I think they went ahead and put the race on hiatus. And I think it was probably the right thing to do at the moment because there is a little bit of a feeling that these races, especially the Reedy race, I think it's something that you look forward to when it comes back. And
right.
I think taking a break will help the race kind of keep that momentum and keep that energy because it gets a little old every year to have the same things over and over again. So just trying to put a little delay in it and
kind of sweeten the taste a little bit when it comes back.
Yeah, and when they brought it back, and I think it was 2011 or 2012, and it was really insanely popular. And then now I think it's a good time to take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, if you had to take a break, this would be the time to do it. That's for sure. There's a true reason for it instead of just going, okay, let's just stop for a year.
Yeah, absolutely. And and that race is built so much in the past on international entries, and if they can't come in and you can have a legitimate, really good invitational class, then the race is not quite as good.
True. So what they do with the Worlds got moved, correct?
Yeah, what they did is they pushed everything back a year. So the 8 scale Worlds was actually supposed to be this year in 2020, and the 10 scale Worlds was going to be 21. So what they did is they just moved everything back a year. So now the 8 scale Worlds should be 21 and the electric will be 22. And I'm not sure what they're going to do, if they're going to try to get back on schedule after that or try to have more back-to-back Worlds to maintain the same date or the scheduling formula that they have. But I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen there. And I don't even know, we're just assuming we're going to be able to run the Worlds in 2021.
True.
If it's supposed to be in Brazil, they might not even do it.
Yep. well, and and people just still might be fearful of traveling, even as
I think that's a big possibility. I think it's a huge possibility that the 8-scale worlds could get canceled completely and they'll just move to the next. I don't know. That's just my prediction. I think that's a possibility.
yeah. Well, let's hope it all changes and they come up with something to slow this down and get us back to somewhat normal.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I know we're doing some races here and there. Going back to what you were originally talking about, these races have been very popular that we've been going to. I mean, they just raced in Myrtle. They raced in Myrtle Beach. They had 300 and almost 40 entries, I believe, or 350. We did our race in Minnesota was 200. The 8-scale races we did previous to that, the Southern Nationals in Louisiana was a sellout. The race in the Mugen Challenge in Pennsylvania, that was a sellout. The PMB, which was in Tennessee, that was 700 entries. People are racing. They're definitely wanting to race. And,
yeah. Well,
with
being kind of being shut up and put away, so to speak, the shutdowns, people are looking for things to do.
Yeah,
I know in the retail world, I mean, if it had to do with outdoors this year, you sold out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the big box stores up here sold out of swimming pools and fishing stuff, and all the equipment. I know, motorcycle shops sold 4-wheelers, ATVs, and watercraft like crazy. It had to do with outdoors because that's what you could do. It sold.
Yep.
And I think the RC industry probably seen a spike in some sales.
It has.
That is something you can just go do outside.
Yeah, a lot of things have come along at the right time in RC, like the drag racing. That's been something that's been popular. People have been doing, and it's something you can either do by yourself or, with limited people, and you can go test and tune by yourself outside in the street or the whatever, and that's been doing really well. A lot of these RC things have kind of popped up that have been keeping people busy.
Yep. Yeah. And that's kind of an interesting thing because it's not like RC drag racing is new. It's been around for quite a long time.
Yeah, just as long as anything.
Yep. It's somewhat came along to a little more mainstream, I guess is how you'd say it. So it's like the dirt ovals kind of headed that way, which I was really looking forward to the race you guys were going to put on over at the Hobbyplex. Of course, that got, put off for a little bit, but I know that was the initial start was the trying to get it going over there, but I was looking forward to going to that thing. So
yeah.
Next time it happens, I'll be there.
Which one were you talking about? Which event did you talk about again?
It was the Hobbyplex Oval that you ran.
Oh yeah. The spring Dirt Oval Nationals.
Yeah. Yep. That was of course that was right in the midst of all the COVID stuff then. So
yeah, that was.
So hopefully when it comes, hopefully it'll make a comeback and then I can run over and do that. So
we're actually going to run our winter indoor nationals this year at Hobbyplex too. That'll be in February. So that schedule hasn't come out yet, but we are going to have our first race of our series at the Hobbyplex.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we got some.
That'll be a swap.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty big one.
Yeah, that'll be probably about the official first big race of the year then, won't it?
Yeah, it's if there's no Reedy race, they'll probably do the CRC event, which is always in Ohio. They'll probably do that, I would imagine. But then our race in Omaha, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, maybe I can squeak over for that.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy it. That track
Yeah.
style,
Yeah.
track style was awesome.
I know Alex. I used to race with him quite a bit. So
Yeah, track style was awesome there. So
back in the day, as they would say.
yeah, of course. Gotti's going over his paperwork here, trying to.
Gotti's not here. This is mine. I'm going over Gotti's paperwork.
Oh, that's right.
He's probably on Google Maps trying to map out a search process.
For
Well, I have
Laurie.
it all planned out already. What I'm going to do tonight as soon as I'm done with the podcast. I got a whole area that I'm
Go
going
scare
into.
little kids out of their. Go scare little kids out of their candy.
Yeah, well, I've been handing out some. Matter of fact, while you guys were talking, there was a few people waving to me and stuff. They're afraid to come over. I got a bad rap in this town, but I've been handing out some candy. I've been throwing it to them. So
Well, you're safe because you've been masked up for years. So
that's what I'm trying to tell them. I mean, there's nothing. Nobody wanted to come in the house onto the porch, so that's why I'm out here outside the house. I set the podcast up out on the sidewalk. That way,
there you go.
put myself out there. That way they come over and not so afraid. I'm a nice guy, really. I'm just after one person.
Yeah, but I could see why they'd be afraid of you because you're this just weirdo sitting out on his porch talking to himself.
Well,
Yeah.
I have a sign out front there that says "Podcasting in Progress."
Okay.
Yeah, Gotti told me to put that out there. But maybe that's why they're not coming up either, because they don't want to disrupt the show.
Good point.
That's right. Important show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So we're getting towards the end of the year, and everything's kind of changed in the industry. And do you see anybody changing brands or anything coming into the next year? Or you think everybody's going to just settle where they're at?
I think there's going to be some changes. There usually is always something. I don't know if any of the major. I don't know if any of the major drivers that I can think of that maybe are world champions or past world champions are changing. But I think we have some guys that are maybe just under that or below the radar, I guess, that might be switching brands, but I don't know. It seems like kind of a weird time to switch and change sponsors, but there's probably going to be some people.
Obviously, if a contract is a contract, and if something doesn't get renewed, you look for something else. But
yeah,
I would. If I could sit still somewhere, I probably would at this time. The way things are kind of changing around.
Yeah, what's
globally not.
Yeah, it's just a different racing scene than it, maybe was 10 or 15 years ago. Things are a little bit different in the business. So there's some new guys coming up through the ranks that I think are trying to move into maybe a different position or become a pro on the pro level, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's going to be a little bit of moving and shaking. I don't think there's going to be any seismic activity, but there's going to be some pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of the newcomers, the new up and comers, I was when I lived in Iowa, there was a lot of the kids that are now, Tommy and the Fullers and Nate Sutherland. He's kind of coming up pretty good. It was kind of interesting because I was down there when they all started. Yeah. So, I can remember because Tommy, he used to run practice with my son, and I was working at Hobby Haven at the time, and I can remember him leaving his charger there about 3 times in a row, having to call up his mom or with grandmother, I think at the time. Did Tommy leave his charger here? Now to see him, kind of doing what he's doing today is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it really shows, it kind of shows you that it can be done. You can start from, being a novice racer, a short course racer and you 100%. You can move up the ranks and you can be a top level driver. Obviously,
You can almost say that they started as bashers because they literally would just show up to the track. You know, they have their track down there. You can run on anytime. Just show up and just get dropped off and run for hours. Just crashing away, having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be done. You can go from a basher or a novice to a seasoned racer on an expert level, and that's what these guys are doing. So it's been nice to see that it's possible, and it's happening with some Midwest drivers. A little switch change up, little change up.
It was cool to see him, because you got to witness it from day one. So that was pretty cool. I have to admit that.
Yeah, it gives you, and you can kind of see the progression over time, and it probably, you have you become almost like a supporter or a fan, or you really hope.
Oh yeah,
you want to see them do well.
Yep. Well, I remember, I'm standing on the stand next to Caden Fuller, who was about 3 foot tall at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm 6'4". I turned over and tried to intimidate him just for fun.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. And he's,
into me.
Yeah. Caden has turned into a really good driver.
Yeah.
And obviously Mason's been doing well for a long time already. And yeah, it's, but all these guys are going to hit the same point that a lot of people hit in this is, can you go to the next level? And can you be,
I've always had, this theory, and that there was probably 1,000 Michael Jordans out there, but only one of them could push it that far to get to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
Have that dedication to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere along the line, they hit that peak and just couldn't take that next step. And that's kind of in the RC, everything. To achieve greatness, you have to be able to push it to that next level.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of these guys are at, is can they make the next step? And I think that it's actually the most difficult to turn that corner.
Right.
And we're going to find out. We're going to find out if they can do it, and they can turn into, it's one thing to be in the mains at a race that is like a high level regional kind of event, like these, like they just ran the race in Myrtle Beach, and for all intents and purposes, that's a high level regional event. And it's one thing to be in the A main or be in the top 5, but it's a whole nother deal to attend a world championships, a Roar Nationals where it's 30 or 40 deep, and and be able to make some noise, make it happen. And I think that's where that's where you're going to see the next step if they got it.
Right. I mean, it's a whole different playing field at that point. You can go from being the top guy in your local track, and you've got it down pat. When you show up, everybody knows you're going to win.
Yeah.
Then you have to travel somewhere else, and it's not quite that way. Well, then you do a little traveling, get more experience, and all of a sudden you can go to different areas and be that guy. Mm-hmm. But to get to a national world level to do that, that's an incredible achievement.
Yeah. I mean, and I talk about that all the time. The guys that can go race to race, and they are just hours in the hunt. They're hours in the thick of it, is absolutely amazing on their end. And they're the true pros. They're the guys that you can count on.
Right.
They're the guys that are really the top in the business. And it doesn't matter the track. It doesn't matter the location. It doesn't matter the surface. You look at the results and you're like, there they are again. And when they're doing that, they are definitely, they are the true pros.
Exactly. Well, and you got to take, as if you're, on the level I am, which is getting older and still having fun, And you get to looking at your car and you're thinking, man, if I could just go faster if. And then you have to sit back and go, well, no, that's not true, because so-and-so races the exact same car, probably has less, trick stuff on it than I do, and does twice as good or 10 times faster than me. So it's not the car that's making the difference. It is me that's making the difference.
Absolutely.
So people who are out looking at their car and just trying to buy that next big fast item, which, there's nothing wrong with that. I like my car to look awesome, look cool. That's part of the hobby, but it doesn't make me faster. Thankfully, it might make me feel better, but it doesn't make me win races.
Yeah, there's multiple sides to
All these people.
There's multiple sides to the whole thing. There's the fun hobby side. There's the accessorizing your equipment. There's just being into it from an appearance standpoint, and then there's being good, competitive, or being an expert or being a pro. There's just so many different levels.
Well, it's always, and I don't care what you race. It's, my brother used to race motorcycles. We used to do that. It doesn't matter what you race. The people who are the newest into it are the people who think you can buy the win. They don't have that. I mean, it's the truth. It always is that way. I can remember when I was racing pan cars, we used to have these guys that I'd win every weekend. And these guys would come down from another track. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, I'd give them my exact setup, and they would go out and just do horrible. And so finally it came down to the end of the season, and the guy's like, what, come on, tell me what you're doing. I go, I've been cheating. He's like, I knew it. You're cheating all along. I knew it. That satisfied him right there. I gave him my exact setup, and he couldn't do it. Matter of fact, we took our cars out, and I let him drive my car. We drove around the track, and we had somebody take a radar gun, and I was consistently down the straightaway 4 miles an hour faster than he was driving this same car.
Wow.
So, and they still didn't learn that you got to put some time into driving the car and not try to buy your win.
Mm-hmm.
Got to practice.
Obviously, practice. Obviously, part of the hobby is, the hobby side is, buying the cool stuff and, having the titanium parts because you personally enjoy that, but it's not necessary. I guarantee that Spencer could take a kit, put it together with 100% box stock items, and just totally wipe me off the track.
Yeah.
100% guarantee it. I'd bet my life savings on that one.
Yep. And that's the talent. That's where the talent and the ability comes in, and that's just a part of it.
Exactly. So for Gotti, there's still hope because he can somehow find that talent. So
I don't know about that.
You want to check with him, or
he doesn't learn very quickly.
slow learner?
Slow learner, no talent. I hope he doesn't listen back to this.
He's just not.
You're gonna be in trouble now. He's not gonna let you
Well,
back on the show.
we're good friends. We bust each other's chops. He knows that. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was
I sent him a video of Lone Wolf today. A little.
Oh, you did of Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yep. Sent Gotti one earlier today.
I'll have to check with him
Pretty
and see if you watched that.
Yeah, my favorite, of course, in that movie is where there's a lot of great scenes, but they bury him in his truck and he drives the truck out of the ground. That's the classic. That's the classic scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this movie. I mean, I'll have to check it out myself.
Yeah, that's kind of a movie that competes with you a little bit.
Yeah, I don't. There's no way that it's better than my movies.
Well, it doesn't have the so many different versions of it, I guess.
That's true. It wasn't successful. How many Lone Wolf McQuade movies did they do?
One. There was one.
There you go. There he goes. It didn't make any
But
money.
sometimes perfection only needs one, you know.
Well, we'll look at the numbers, but Halloween, I'm telling you right now, we just made a ton of money. Ton of money. That's why I had the house
True.
that I have behind
True.
me there. So
True. It's just writing checks with the movie.
that's right. That's right. All right, well, John. Well, you didn't really help me out much at all, but I guess that was a good conversation about RC, since that's what Gotti wanted me to talk about.
Yeah, I was really happy that John called because Michael wasn't really doing us a lot of favors.
No, he was kind of falling off the deep end there in the land of nowhere.
Yeah,
his experience at RC was not helping at all.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I apologize for that, but this was the Halloween special, and Gotti said that I would fit right in, and I thought I was. But if you guys don't think so, well, screw you.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah. All right. Well, is that it, John, or do you got anything else you want to say?
No. I don't want to offend you too much, so you might come in.
Yeah, well, I'm going to end this call right now. This is, I don't know. It was going good, but now it's just ended badly. Are you going to go watch some Halloween movies then? Maybe you can redeem yourself here.
I'm probably going to go make dinner because my boy keeps looking out the window at me like, why aren't you coming in?
Well, all right. Well, later on, maybe go watch some Halloween movies or something.
Or Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yep.
Oh, the hell with
There
him.
you go.
Don't worry about Lone Wolf. All right. Any shout outs you want to give? Gotti said that I'm ask guests to give shout outs, it says here. Any shout outs or sponsors or anything?
Well, I've always enjoyed the J Concepts product. Got it all on my car, so I enjoy that. Obviously, the tires work everywhere. Work great.
Number one, J Concepts.
Thank you.
Just also shout out to him for building great, quality. Shows that you put a lot of effort into your company when the stuff just flat out works. So
thank you. Thanks for being there.
Yeah, and to everybody that I've raced with all the years, always enjoyed it. It's fun. Kind of probably the best part of racing is hanging out with everybody at the pit table.
Bench racing.
It's good to show up and bench race with them. So
all right.
So that's always good. And hopefully I'll meet you at one of the races soon. So
absolutely. Yeah, maybe Hobbyplex or something like that.
Yep, cool.
Okay. Well, you have a killer night there, John.
All right.
All right.
I like the pun. Good one.
All right.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, no problem.
All right. Have a good one.
So, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let me figure this out here. It looks like we got somebody else that wants to join the show. I got to figure this out.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, look at this.
Oh, there we go.
Holy moly. Who's this? Harvey.
Harvey.
Harvey, do I know you?
Hey, how are we framed in here, Michael?
That looks great. That looks great, man.
I want people to see my face.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. That looks good.
Yeah, Sal did that, threw a little bit of acid on me.
Oh, man. That acid, man. I used it one time when I killed somebody. It was pretty good.
Not sure if you've seen my movies, Michael.
You have to remind me again. I only watch Halloween movies, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's on a loop.
That.
I put them on a loop. I go right through the line, and then I start over again all the time.
So, how's the show been going? It looks like a clown show here, like one of them PNB races.
Hey, you got a J Concept shirt on there.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Hey, I'll tell you what I did, Michael. I flipped my coin, and is it going to be a J Concept shirt or Proline?
Oh, I know about Proline. Gotti told me all about Proline. But, yeah, that's good that you got a J Concept shirt. That's very nice. I got mine. They're number one in RC, by the way.
That's what I hear. What I hear.
Yeah. So, what movie again for the people listening on audio version?
I'll let you Google that.
All right. Well, we'll have to Google it. So anybody listening to the audio version will have to Google that and check out what movie Harvey's from.
You look good with those earphones on.
Yeah, well, this is what I was supposed to wear. God, he told me I didn't want to mess up my hair too much earlier. My hair was all over the place like this, but
Yeah.
it looks good. So, how many people have you killed, Harvey?
Oh, I lost count. Lost count.
I doubt it's more than me, though.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
I'm the ultimate killer.
Yeah. Absolutely. I saw a couple of you guys in my neighborhood today riding around in cars. Imposters.
Imposters. I know. This is pathetic, man. I talked to my lawyer about that. Actually, we got some things coming down the pipeline for those people.
Yeah.
The pipeline.
Well, yeah, we've gone too long here without talking RC, which I know Gotti's known for that. So I wanted to bring something up here. Maybe Jason has a little insight on. Oh, I'm sorry, Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf McQuade, very knowledgeable in RC, though. By the way,
Yeah.
Not like me. I'm just learning. But
how about these fake accounts going around of the pro drivers?
Mm-hmm.
Fake accounts.
Oh yeah, it's
What's
taking Facebook by storm.
Wow, I didn't know this. To be honest with you,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's probably somebody that's just a little, that is in the RC. Maybe they're just doing it, just kind of despite, some of the racers or something. I think they're just having some fun, is my guess.
are they?
Yeah.
It seems all a little too convenient that it would be RC racers.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's obviously somebody that's probably in the business that's just kind of pranking certain people, and I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this before you go any further. I had a lot of people make fake accounts of my name, and then they went around, saying bad things and making it look like I'm saying it. They're not doing that, are they?
No.
I'm not familiar with that, but there was a fake Jason Rona account at one time, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
And it looks like right now we got a fake Rivkin, a fake Drake.
Yep.
I've seen a fake Alex Hagberg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this on Facebook you're talking about now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are they doing? Like, what are they saying?
They're well, I'll tell you, it's funny. You'll see these no-name drivers post and say, "Hey, all of a sudden Spencer Rivkin has to be my friend," and all these other pro drivers. What did I do to deserve this?
Oh, so that's how you know, because
Well,
they're going to try and get from Joe Schmo.
Yeah, but not only that, but I think they're coming out and letting people know, like they're putting a screenshot of the account up and saying, "Hey guys, don't accept this request."
I gotcha. Okay, that's what I do. Absolutely.
I told Spencer, I sent a message to Spencer. I said, "You need to look into getting that blue check, the verified."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's on Instagram. Apparently, these guys are attacking Instagram too.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. That's brutal to get the blue check mark. I've been jumping through hoops trying to get that done.
9 movies and you can't get one?
Well, it's very difficult. I have a whole list of qualifications and demands that they want before they give me a blue check here. It's pretty difficult actually, but yeah, they should look into it and get verified. That'd be a great idea. That's what I'm doing. So, yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea. Randy Edgar says I had fake Mayfield try to friend me a few days ago. Well, there you go.
There you go. There you go.
Don't accept and then report it. That's the thing to do.
Right. So you know it's fake if the pro driver is coming to you for a friend request. Right?
Yeah, I mean I hate to say that, but
well, it's not anything. They have public accounts, right? I mean, they have their own public figure accounts.
Yeah.
So why would they go around friend requesting people? You know what I mean? You just go there and get the updates.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's what I tell my fans. So, yeah, Jason, what'd you do with your account, Jason? Did you get it taken down? Lone Wolf. I'm sorry, Lone Wolf.
I think I just I just told people that it was fake, and I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what happened. It just,
Did it go away?
I don't even know.
I have to ask Jason.
I will say I have a little bit of experience with this. I was a real dummy about 7 years ago, and thought I'd be ahead of the game here and create an account for my son, right? Because some of that stuff is, people get the name and stuff like that. But anyway, somehow I got hacked because I left it alone for a couple years, and I cannot get that thing back.
Oh my God.
They make it near impossible. So
No.
make sure you got secure passwords.
And two-step verification.
And two-step. That's right.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Good job, Michael.
Yep. John Bolton says hi to Randy. So we got people in here saying hi to the people in the chat. Okay.
Michael, were you in Minnesota?
No, we talked about this earlier. I wasn't there.
Okay. Because I read on a boy's Instagram account, he was carried off in a stretcher.
Yep.
Who
So,
was?
thought you might have been there.
Oh no, that wasn't me.
Okay.
He didn't have any impact on that.
Who was it now?
Brock Champlin.
Oh, he's carried off on a stretcher.
And he
Yeah.
won the race still, did he not?
Wait,
He
what
did.
happened to him? I didn't do anything to him.
Nope. That
Oh,
was none of your doing.
So a stretcher? Please explain.
Well, do I need to tell you and Gotti, or?
Oh, hey, listen, most people that I come across, they end up in a stretcher. They're not coming back to win a race. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay. Well, yeah, he hurt himself term marshaling, and we had to take him to the emergency. He came off on a stretcher, and we brought him to the emergency, and he ended up being okay. But they had X-rays and everything like that, and he ended up being okay. He came back the next day. He had crutches, but he ended up still winning both classes at the race. So
Athletes. These guys are athletes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't the old Paul Pierce, LeBron James trick, was it? There.
no, this was the warrior mentality.
Okay.
Pretty crazy.
So he wasn't faking it just to, get everybody all riled up and stuff.
No, I think he definitely had a serious injury. I was over there at the emergency with him. We also there was a doctor at the race. Just so happened a doctor was racing. He was all over it, and he was helping the situation. And yeah, I mean, it was pretty serious there for a few hours. And then once he got the X-rays, he didn't actually have no fracture. So, yeah, it went pretty well.
I tell you what,
After
it wasn't Dr. Loomis, was it? All right, I can't stand that guy. Let me tell you. All right, yeah, that one time I tell you what, one time I broke the thing is he got X-rays, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one time I broke my arm, I was chasing somebody, and I broke my arm, and they put a cast up to here, and my arm was still in pain. I was trying to stab people, and I couldn't. And here it was my elbow that was broken. I kept saying, look, it's still in pain. Here was my elbow. So they had to bring the cast all the way up here, and then I felt better afterwards.
How did Rodney Dangerfield do it? My arm, it's broken.
Oh yeah, my arm, it's broken. I can't move it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a substitute.
Oh, what a pain! I went to this cheap ass hospital here in Haddonfield. I had to go to another hospital, and they got it all corrected, and I was back to stabbing in no time. But yeah, it was hurting every time, like go like this, Oh, got a lot of pain.
Huh.
Anyway,
Glad that you're able to get through it.
So Brock Champlin came back, and then he wins the whole thing. That's amazing.
Yeah. Nobody will ever be able to say that.
He must be really good.
He was very good.
Mayfield, where's Mayfield at?
He wasn't at the race, but
Oh, okay. All right.
Where you gotta go?
Oh. I hear a kid there in the background.
Yeah. Kids should be in bed.
All right. What else we got? Anything there? What else you got there, caller?
What else we got?
You got any questions for Lone Wolf?
Yeah. What do you think of this stock racing today, Jason? It gets a lot of hate, but there's no fixing it. There really isn't. I mean, I was talking to I went to Myrtle Beach, and there was some people there. We talked about stock racing, and it seems like everybody struggles with the work involved and the money involved, but they all say the same thing. At their local track, they have no other choice but to run stock if they want to race other cars.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's something it's always here. Um, I think that everybody would be better off if they were just to eliminate stock. You eliminate 17.5, you eliminate all these classes. I think it would be better off in the end. And now, if you wanted to separate by skill level, I think that would be okay, similar to what's done in Nitro. But we kind of have this system. The problem that I have right now with 17.5 is there's no entrance to get into racing because you have people racing down into 17.5 that are better than they probably should be for that class. There's no they're not getting out of it. And so and the issue with the whole thing is, there's always the question is, are people running legal equipment and the the power and all the technical stuff that it requires to have it and to race it just wouldn't be necessary if you just let it be unlimited, like modified, where you'd run, you let people have too much power, and then it's about the control, and you run as much power as you feel that it's going to take for you to be competitive. So the stock thing, I think, in my opinion, is just, I don't know. It's something that I think is just not really needed. But for some reason, it's the largest class. So there's obviously something that people like about it. And maybe it's all the people that are attracted to racing want to mess with all the details, and they like to be into all the technical side of stock and charging and motors and batteries and all that. They enjoy that side of it. So I don't know if there's really a fix to it, other than as long as you're going to limit the power for somebody, there's always going to be these questionable things, as wondering if people are cheating or if they are legal. So, and that's what's nice about the 8 scales and the Nitro, is it's just separated by different classes of skills, supposedly, and not so much about the motor. And so that's kind of where I am with the whole thing. I know that we have all these classes. I mean, now at the Masters of Dirt, they had more classes than I think I've ever seen at any race. I've never seen 40 plus 4-wheel drive. They have an open 2-wheel drive. You could really go there. If you're a 40 plus racer, you could run 3 classes with a 2-wheel buggy. Actually, well, if you wanted to run stock too, you could run more than that. But a modified 2-wheel, you could run open, 40 plus, and you could run just regular 2-wheel mod, expert, or pro, or whatever. You could run that too. So they had they had every class in the book there. That plus made up a few new ones.
Yeah,
but,
Truggy.
The mini Truggies. So they had everything there, which is obviously all about entries. You add all these classes, and people can double, triple up, go 4 classes, and you get more people, get more entries. That's what a lot of it is about. I mean, when you look at the numbers these days, typically it's half as many drivers as there is entries. So you look at, if there's 350 entries, it's almost guaranteed that it's half that many actual individuals racing. So so that's a pretty common number I see. Usually it's a little under. The actual amount of people is usually a little under half. I can't remember what they actually ended up with at that Masters, but I thought it was like 100. Was it 140?
Yeah, 148, I think, or something.
Yeah. So, and they had about a 350 entry race, right? It was about 350 entries.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit under there. So you're adding all these things to give people more opportunities, because nobody wants to, take a loss. Everybody wants to win something or feel they can be competitive. And, we have the same type of classes at our races too, because I think there is a certain amount of it that is, you want to be able to race in a class of people that you feel is similar to yourself, so that you're not out there either in the way or embarrassing yourself, or whatever the case may be. There's no sense to race two-wheel mod pro or expert when you're three laps slower than these guys. It just doesn't really make any sense. So it is nice to have the other classes from that standpoint. Whether they need to be 17.5 or 13.5, I don't know that really even matters. I mean, the part that I think is crazy is all this drag racing, and now they have a 13.5 drag racing class. I thought that was the dumbest thing, because I'm like, so you take the thing that people are going to worry about power the most, and you're going to go ahead and make a 13.5 where people are I was going to be questioning the power every single race. It's going to be over and over again. I saw a video the other day where guy, he had to take the motor out of his car or something. They did a like a buy rule or a claim rule, or I forget what it was, but I'm just like, it was perfect before. It was overpowered. If you want to have another class, don't do it by power, do it by something else. But do it by realism or scale or something. But I think it. I mean, just the race we had over the weekend in Minnesota, they had technical inspection afterwards, and there was questions. There's always questions, and I just think it could all be eliminated if everybody just had too much power. Then you just run whatever you need to feel right. So
yeah, there was questions in Myrtle Beach too. There was some drama.
Yeah, there always is. It's every single time. And you know how much drama there is in modified? Zero. It's like there's never any drama. They, when you bring your car to tech, half the time they don't even care. They're just like, yeah, we know, nothing's going on in this class. They don't care.
But I think you pretty much hit it on the head, and you've touched on this before, is with the stock racing, it's the class where you can buy speed.
Yeah.
You can buy the hot motor of the week. You can buy the bearings. You can buy the batteries.
Mm-hmm.
And people like that.
Yeah, that's Paul's theory. Is he feels like it is the class that you feel that you can buy speed, and I think he's right. That's something that people like about it. So I don't think it's going away. I don't think it's going away. Yeah. I think, unfortunately, it's not. The part that I am frustrated with is there's no entry level class for people, because that used to be entry level. If you raced a local event or something, the more experienced, the better drivers raced modified, and the newer guys raced stock, and that's the way it was. And we talked about earlier today that how it was in the 90s at national events. We had pros, or back then they weren't pros because I don't think they were paid drivers, but they're experts running stock at the Roar Nationals. But we only had 3 classes, so what they did was once a year they would race stock at the Roar Nationals, and not everybody did it. But I remember the year Kyle Reed, he was 3rd at the Worlds, then he raced the Nationals in Savannah, and he won stock and he won modified at the same race, I believe. So, but it's like the rest of the year he never even ran it. It's like he just ran that one race. Um, and I remember when, and these were the guys that back then, it was actually the Losi guys. I remember like when Jack Johnson raced stock truck and Ron Rossetti, Gil Losi Jr., Kyle Reed. That was kind of the main Losi team back then. When they raced stock in stock truck, that was the first time I heard people like overcharging their batteries, charging them at high amps and all that stuff. I remember a guy saying they like turned on the car, like the real car, rental car, and they charged directly off the car or something. I forget exactly how it worked, but I remember being at that race and I remember one guy cheated intentionally just to see if he was faster than one of the Losi stock guys running truck. He put 7 cells in his truck to see if he could actually have more power, and they still got passed on the straightaway by one of the hot shoe drivers. Yeah, after the race, he just said, "Hey, I'm illegal, but I just wanted to see what would happen during my race." So it was kind of funny, but
So back then with stock, what was the tech like?
well, they had a handout motor. They went
That's
to.
right. That's right.
So they went to where you like say you want like, and Michael's friend Gotti was a big part of that, where they would sell, they would sell Trinity motors to the race or to the track that they could use as the handout, and everybody used the same motor supposedly, and they were allowed to, maybe change the brushes and springs and that type of thing, and but it had to go through a tech at some point, or it had to be show that it was marked, the can and the M-Bell, or however they did it. And so there was like, back then it was like, if you signed up for stock, it was like, the entry fee for mod, let's just say the entry fee for mod was $35 or $40. They would add another 25 or 30 and you'd come with a stock motor for the race. And that's how they did it because of the cheating. It got to the point where, back then guys would open up the motors and they would, I forget whatever they call their crank the timing. There was some way you could, turn the motor and crank the timing. And I mean, when I was racing, I was a kid. I didn't want any part of that. I moved to modified as soon as I could, because I was like, I just felt like if you wanted to be somebody, and you wanted to race modified, not stock. I mean, the same goes for the Reedy race. It's the same thing. But people were talking to me about the open class at the Reedy race, and I was like, now when people win the open class at the Reedy race, they think they won the worlds. And back when I raced, all we cared about was running invite. We're like, all we want to do is be an invite. We would reluctantly run the open class because it was like, all right, well, I didn't qualify for invite. And then as soon as you got an invite, you're like, I don't ever want to come out. I'm an invite guy. And so it's just kind of a different mindset these days. The guys that stay in stock and run stock forever, they're just out there, getting these wins. And, Paul calls them, or I call him, career stock guys that just run stock forever. They won't get out of it. And, so that makes it a little frustrating to watch from the outside looking in.
So just eliminate it completely.
Well, you could go to a system.
They can all race modified then, right?
Well, you could go to a system based off a skill level, not based off of the power. If you wanted to go that route, and to me, it would take all the cheating, the guesswork, the accusations. It would take everything out of it, and it would be so much easier. But that's not the popular thing right now. The popular thing is to run more of these classes where they're limiting the motor, and for some reason, the people that are into it, they like that side of it.
Yeah, I mean, just if we look back, a couple years ago, 13.5 4-wheel wasn't really a big thing, right?
No, I think I saw it somewhere, or did we create it?
Yeah, I think it was one of your races, and I remember Ron saying, "This is going to be the next big class."
Mm-hmm.
And
it is.
Yeah.
We've had races where the biggest class was 13.5 4-wheel. And honestly, who did I talk? When I talked to Paul and he says that he's driven some people's cars, especially on carpet, 17.5 or 13.5, and he's like, the reason guys like this is because it's easy. He's like, he goes, I'm just wide open. He goes, I drive their car. He goes, it's wide open everywhere. He goes, I'm full throttle. And so people like it. It is the most, we've been to many races. 13.5 4-wheel is the biggest class. I want to say maybe Arizona or Hobby Action is one of the areas that always does really well in 13.5 4-wheel. But it's good everywhere. It's just, it's very tough to run racing now and have a legitimate modified class at a club level or a regional level event or a series level event and modified. There's definitely the fewest amount of entries in that class.
You mentioned drag racing, and there's some Italian kid down there in Myrtle Beach said he's getting ready to go to a RC drag race that's paying it was thousands of dollars. I can't remember the number.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys, it seems like this is a regular thing. These guys racing for money. Why is that so easy to do in drag racing and not off-road?
Well, I guess one thing in drag racing is there is one class. The events that I've been to, the way they do it is you set up. Let me see if I got this right. They set up the track, and then you can sign up for test and tune. So say it's like $25 to sign up for test and tune, and then they'll start racing later in the day. But so there's test and tune for like 3 or 4 hours, and that costs like $25. And then there's the racing side of it, which for another additional $10 or $15, you can actually sign up for the race. So you go there. The idea is you go there, you pay your $25, you test and tune for several hours, you get your stuff where you want it. Then you start the race, which is an additional $10 or $15. You run the race. And then I think they take all this money together and cut a certain percentage to the people doing the event. And then the rest goes to the payout based off of the entries in those classes. So, but there's only a few classes. There's at most of this stuff. Sometimes they'll only run the street eliminator or the pro street stuff. Sometimes they'll only run those classes, and then they combine all the money together. And sometimes they'll do a top 3 payout. Sometimes they'll do a top payout. They'll do a first and second, or they'll figure out a percentage they're gonna give to as for the payout. But the reason it doesn't work for an off-road race, if you're we're talking about beach RC, because they have to give all the money back to the racer. If you have a track that you own as a business, you can't give all the money back to the racer because you have a facility, you have costs, and you got the power on, and everybody's. Whereas if you're just setting up borrowing somebody's parking lot somewhere, and they set up an event in a parking lot, there is, they don't have the overhead of the building and all this type of thing. So they're able to kind of, set up their timing system. They set up a center line, sometimes an outside border. They rock and roll with the race. They take whatever it is, 10 or 15% for themselves for running the event, and then they pay the racers back. Insert some system back to the racer.
Has anybody done that in off-road besides I know Michael, was it Whippoorwill or that oval track? Didn't they pay out?
There's been payouts before. Like the Sean Harding, he's got payouts on his Snap Hard series. He does some payouts. It's not, you don't get the money that they talk about in drag racing because of all the classes. I think the issue with trying to do a payout race, especially the way Sean has it, is he's got a lot of different classes like we all do, but then you have first, second, and third. What do you do there? Do you pay only the winner? Do you have to pay down to third? And then he's obviously got to take something for his time for doing the whole series, and he's got awards. I think he's got awards at every race. So I wouldn't be surprised that when he does those races, by the time he does it all, he probably doesn't make any money. But he's borrowing somebody's track for the weekend. He doesn't have his own track. I don't know. I think in the other part about it is, I think in drag racing, people have the opinion at the moment that they're the fast guy and that they're going to win this big money pot. Whereas because there's a lot of unknowns, you can beat anybody. It's like the monster truck racing in a way. Like there's sometimes you can beat anybody and there you can lose to anybody depending on how your run goes. And I think people are willing to gamble on that a little bit more. They're able to say, hey, you know what? I like this for my $15 or $20 that I got into this. They're willing to do it. I think if you told people, I think it wouldn't be as popular in, say, two-wheel modified racing because first of all, that's probably not the best example, but two-wheel modified, I think you would run out of guys. You wouldn't have it wouldn't be as deep.
Yeah.
Of people putting money into it. Like if you had to, I think what you'd have to do is you'd have to have a track that it wasn't a business. If you ran like maybe had an outdoor track somewhere and you wanted to have an event where you did a payout to the racers. And I think it would work best in like 17.5 because those guys are a little more, I think, apt to do that type of thing. So if you had a track that you weren't paying for, that it was essentially borrowed, it was, in a park or something like that, and you wanted to have a payout stock race. So you told everybody, you come in and pay, and you did a payout for the top three. I'm sure it would work. But I don't know. I'm not sure. We've always talked about, whether we do RC for the money or not. As far as the racing, is it a money thing? It's real popular of course, in drag racing at the moment to win some money, but I still don't think that's the reason they do it. I think guys would still be doing it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, without the cash payouts, I think guys would still be doing it just because they like it.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if that's getting them anywhere, having these cash payouts, because realistically only a couple guys win it anyway. So, I've told a couple guys, they'll send me and be bragging a little, hey, I won again. I won my $300. And I'm like, I go, but you realize the more and more that you do this, the less and less people are going to want to race you. So it's going to end at some point because people are going to say, well, I don't win at this. So why do I want to participate in it and just keep giving this other guy money?
True.
So I think that could eventually, hurt the whole thing. You have to figure out a little better system that rewards everybody or has the possibility to reward somebody different. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what the answer is. I just don't know if I'm a RC racer for money. I think it's a nice bonus, but I just always feel like the amount of money that you can win RC racing really never stacks up to the amount of money you have to spend to do it. So to me, it's like, what's the point? Like, I'm like, if you're to win $300 a one time in a year, you won $300. To me, it's like, well, you spent thousands to do it. So it's like, what's really kind of the difference?
It's the truth. Yeah. Yeah. Michael, you still awake over there?
Oh, yeah. I'm listening, guys.
Hey, you get a kick out of this. So So, I like to listen to some of these conversations when you're at the beach, these big races, I should say. And it never fails. You always hear a couple guys saying, "Man, I brought $2,000 down here and it's gone."
Dude,
or they'll say, uh, my credit card, I got to pay that off here soon. It's up to $5,000 to get ready for this thing.
oh,
I mean, this is a hobby. I mean, I'm right there with some of these people, but thankfully I'm able to pay it off. But it's an addictive hobby. I mean, it's something people love, and they'll spend money and not think twice. But that's any hobby, though, right?
Yeah, and I mean, one thing that I was going to make a Facebook post about one day was I find it a little ironic that guys that tell me that they don't race off-road anymore is because it's not on dirt, and that it's the cars change too rapidly, or whatever the popular excuse might be at the moment, that I see them drag racing. Because I go, okay, wait a second here. So the one thing you didn't like about off-road is it wasn't on dirt, so drag racing is not on dirt. And two, there's too much tire prep in off-road now. So they said, oh, I didn't like it because I had to do so much work to tire prep. It's like, well, okay, so for drag racing, they're heating their tires with tire warmers. They're doing the sauce before they're racing. They're burning them in. They're doing burnouts. They're cleaning them afterwards. And it's like, okay, so now there's your tire prep. So then it's like, all right, well, the cars change too rapidly. Well, it's like, well, all right, well, I've already seen you have 4 different drag cars. There's a carbon fiber chassis of the week for the drag racing. And so what I'm seeing is it's more about, and this comes back to why we have so many classes, it's more about having a chance, feeling that you have a chance to win or be successful, than it is actually about the money for a lot of the racers. When they figure out that they no longer have a chance to be fast or be competitive is when they lose interest.
So wise, this guy, Michael, so wise.
So
he's a genius.
So you get, when you get into drag racing, the reason they're doing all the same things, they got 4 different chassis, they got all the tire prep, they got all the magical tire warmers, they got everything.
Not to mention the testing before, right? I mean, these guys got to be multiple runs, probably.
Yeah. The thing about drag racing is you can do it a lot. You can do some test and tune at your house or in the street, or you can do a little bit of, and I think that's kind of the advantage of it, honestly, is you don't have to go to the track to actually drive it. You can do some things prepping yourself for that, which is good. But so what you see is these guys using things as an excuse to get out of something, but really the reason they're getting out of it is because they feel like they've topped out or they're no longer competitive in that particular one. So they're moving into something else. And what's funny is they're using all the tricks and the things they've learned during off-road racing or touring car racing. They're using that in drag racing. So it's kind of funny because that's it's kind of funny that you'll see these guys doing it. And now that, if they're competitive and they're doing well in drag racing, it's no longer too much work. All of a sudden, it's just a part of the game. Now it's a part of the game, but they're successful doing it. So that's why it's acceptable. So it's interesting to kind of look at all that. But as far like the cost standpoint, you're just never going to. What I've noticed is people overdo it because they can't help themselves. When it comes to the point of winning or being successful, or they can't help themselves not overdo it, and they will spend what it takes. Like we said, they'll spend what it takes as long as they feel they are competitive or have a chance to win. And that's why people's credit cards are $2,000 or $5,000, or they brought $2,000 with them. It's because they're overdoing it. And if you really kind of went to the basic bone, the bare bones of the whole thing, you wouldn't have to spend all that, but it really comes down to the people that are doing it are motivated that way. And I think that's just it's something that in people's personality they will do what it takes in their means to feel like they have a chance to win. And that's why the costs they add up like that. But
Yeah.
you can do it. You can do it on a budget. I've seen people do it. I've seen people be successful doing it. And when I ran at Beach RC last December, I ran one set of tires the whole time I was there. I ran, I think I just run 40. I think I only ran 40 plus, but I ran one set of tires in practice. I ran them all through racing. I just let them get bald as I ran, and they get turned into slicks. And by the time I was running, qualifiers in the mains, they were just right. But I kind of do stuff sometimes just to see what you can actually do without, a lot of the guys will say they'll have a bad run. They'll come back and go, oh, my tires got too soft on me. That's why I had a bad run. And they make themselves believe all these things that, so they feel they still have a chance. And then they'll, I got fresh tires now. I'll sand them all in. And, now my stuff's not too soft, and they'll go out and run, and then they'll make themselves happy about that. But that's how the progression of the spending more money, or it's like, oh, that battery didn't feel good to me that run, or that motor didn't feel good to me. New motor, new battery, and then they're right back out there again, and so it's tough. I mean, it's like when last year there wasn't a Roar Nats in 2020, but 2019. I mean, Drayton Staub, his two-wheel buggy at that race couldn't have been a more stock B6. That thing had steel turnbuckles on it. It was the most stock. It had a white body, I believe, and not even a paint job. And of course, he had good backing with his electronics, but the car itself couldn't have been more stock.
It's funny.
And he was a wheel, and the kid was a wheel. He's an awesome modified driver. He was he TQ'd the Reedy race in the open class a few years ago, and he's racing stock at the Nationals, and he was awesome.
I was flipping through a magazine here, old magazine, and I was trying to find a J Concepts ad, and they have an advertiser index back here, but there's not one in this issue. But just out of coincidence, it's going to be backwards probably.
Hold on.
Can you read this?
I think I could bring this up here. Here we go.
Wow. Look at this.
Look at this. Stock class reinvented.
Mm-hmm.
Let me read this here real quick.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Jason probably give us some more info. Budget modified motors have been around forever, but their impact on the racing scene has been invisible until the adoption of the 19-turn spec class, which may just be the future of stock racing.
What ended up happening is they made two classes. They ended up having a 27-turn and a 19-turn class and modified. It's like what we have today with 17.5, 13.5, and modified. So 19 became sort of the in-between class. It's none of that stuff works. It just adds classes. It doesn't necessarily help the business.
Oh, that's probably why. You probably didn't advertise an RC car.
I don't think we did that one. No.
Probably just RC car action. Let's see here.
I think we did, at the time, we did RC car action. Well, I'd say in the 2010, 2011 area, we did RC car action. I think we did Extreme magazine a little bit at one point.
Yeah, Extreme was big. Yeah, we got an Extreme here.
Yep. The old Losi BK2.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, that's back when Pudge was actually
hold on.
Wow, look at this.
That's actually Pudge.
Jeez. Ryan Cavalieri.
Wow.
Back in the Trinity day. That's when Gotti worked there. Probably.
Most likely.
Yeah. Wow, that's what issue is that? What year is that?
This is February 04.
February 2004. Wow.
Yeah, it's showing him that because he won the 2003 Worlds, so that was probably.
You won't see this stuff anymore.
Oh, hold on now. There we go.
You won't see that stuff anymore.
That was
Oh.
Extreme Magazine. They were pretty
That's right.
famous for adding the girls.
Remember the
Yeah.
Hot Bodies ads?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember them. I do. Remember Gotti used to show me those ads back in the day. But you're talking about
Yeah.
money. Let me check something here. I gotta check my bank balance quick here, see what I got. Hey, hold on. You're talking about all these guys spending money. I'm a big saver. There's a lot of people that don't realize that, but Michael's a big saver. A lot of it comes from my royalties in the movie.
Oh, you never leave the house.
Right. That too. Let's see what we got here. I can't get the.
No, they don't have an index in here. I really want to see a JC ad.
Oh, you want to?
An old one.
Oh, yeah. What's the first ad ever there, Lone Wolf?
What do you mean the first ad ever?
When what year was it in the car action? Was it car action or RC? What magazine did you have there?
That was Extreme RC.
Oh, Extreme RC. Yeah. Does J Concepts have the very first advertisement they ever did up on the wall at J?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay. Remember, Gotti said Trinity did. Let's check my balance here.
Available balance is $12,617,290.56.
There we go. 12 million. That's what I got in the bank right now.
Good.
You're good.
I'm a good saver, sir.
Well, hey, you need to open an RC track then.
Yeah.
Well, that might be something up here I might be able to do in Haddonfield.
Best way to make a couple $1 million in RC. What is the joke? Something like that.
Spend $1 million. Make $1 million. I forget.
Yeah, something like start with the large fortune and yeah.
You wanna make $1 million in RC, spend $5 million. Is that how it goes?
Something like that.
All right. Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
That's who's calling us, Jason. Harvey Dent from Batman.
Mm-hmm.
The former district attorney of Gotham City. Famous quote by Harvey, which I really like. Harvey, wanna? What's your famous quote there? You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a great quote you have there, Harvey.
I cannot find it. Cannot find one.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining the show.
Anyway, yeah.
You got anything else?
I appreciate you having me on here.
Yeah, that's been great that you called that. It's awesome. Appreciate it. It's a night of villains.
Yeah.
Villains, and then you got one guy
Except
over there
for me.
trying to be a freaking hero.
I'm a hero.
Yeah. You have any Harvey? Do you race then? So you race and stuff like that. You race RC cars.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you have any shout outs you want to give? Do you listen to? We're doing a podcast here. Do you listen to any RC podcasts yourself?
Just this one right here. One of the five fans.
One of the five. That's okay. Well, Gotti said he had about 9, but all right. There's not another RC podcast out there that you may listen to.
Not another one. No. Oh, hey, one last thing. I know you wanted to wrap it up here, Michael. Did you happen to see? I think this is pretty big news. I don't know if you guys have covered it yet. Did you happen to see the JQ video on YouTube?
Nope. What is it about?
Well, so I'm a big RC fan, and I find the time to consume a lot of this stuff. And he broke all the YouTube rules. This video was 40 minutes long. And basically, what I've gathered is he's going to try to be a YouTube celebrity with the number one goal being to outperform Ryan Harris.
Who's this now? You tell me.
So
you have to outperform Michael Myers?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
I'm the top of the top. I mean, anybody that wants to try and outperform anybody, it's me, man. You got to try and outperform me.
Yeah.
You heard my bank account, $12 million, man.
So
Right.
so what he does in this video,
ahead.
he watches all the current YouTube channels,
Okay.
and he basically he's actually pretty nice, being it's JQ. He picks them apart a little bit, and then he leaves you off with he's gonna make the ultimate engine tuning video.
Oh,
And there's a secret to it, and nobody in these videos has given the secret, but he's going to give you the secret.
wow. So, well, that's nice.
I'm not even sure if that company's still around. He says in the video he's been fired as a driver, but I just really haven't heard a lot of JQ. It was a hotbed around here. You used to see these shirts everywhere, and it's just silently kind of disappeared.
So, how do we watch this video? It's on YouTube's?
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Well, there we go. JQ, you said.
yeah, JQ.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's too long for
Lone
this
Wolf
show.
didn't see it. I didn't see it, so we can't really say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's describing it right, basically what you're saying is that he wants to become a YouTube personality that can outperform everybody else that's in
Yeah,
that's
that was
in
the gist of
RC.
it. That was the gist of it.
All right. Well, that's good to do. All
Well,
right.
It'll be interesting.
Well, to be honest, I think as far as the YouTube stuff is concerned, you know, it's obviously going to take a lot of patience to do anything there, and
A lot of work.
I think that I would honestly be more apt to take advice from JQ versus like a Ryan Harris, because I know JQ has been there a little bit more than like say a Ryan Harris has, but you know, I think JQ has been in the game long enough to have a lot of his own tricks and things, whereas I think a lot of times some of these other guys are kind of stealing tricks that they learn at these events and then turn it around and try to sell it to somebody as sort of their own knowledge. So I think that with a JQ, I have some confidence that more so that he's this is a little more I don't know what the right word is, but
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, and that's kind of what had me interested. Is you know, I'm not as big. I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan of the guy, but he does have knowledge for sure. I mean, he's designed his own platform, and you know, he had a successful blog at one time. He's a very polarizing figure, which does well on these type of social channels. And he also said, you know, there's a lot of channels out there based on beginner information, and it sounds like he wants to give, you know, more advanced type of tips and more complete. But you know, you know, he's got a guy there. I don't know his name, but I've seen him involved with the RC Racing TV. He's in this video, so I would imagine this guy's helping him with the editing and stuff, because it's a very well done video, and it'll be interesting.
That's the guy that built or put together the RCGP videos.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it Matthew? I think.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, his stuff is awesome. So I don't know. I it just gets to the point where you're like, you start to get confused what the focus is, or you know, with everybody, and it's like, are you trying to sell a car? Are you know, wanting to have this RCGP race series? Are you just wanting to be a new YouTube celebrity? It gets a little confusing, like, and especially if you're doing it in a way that you're almost targeting to be better than somebody else at it. Almost like you're trying to show somebody up, or you're trying to, it's like a competition, or like, to me, it's a little strange. I think that he's going to have the best knowledge of anybody out there, for sure. But
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't really know what good all this knowledge has done for people, because there's more information available than there ever has been. The product is better than it ever has been. I don't know how many more diff building videos that I can see that people make, but it's been the same since Cliff Lett did a stealth build in RC Car Action in like 91. So, but I, there's a lot of information out there, but that really comes down to you really have to be a good driver, and you can't. If you want to be successful, all these things certainly help, but the thing that's hard to teach is the driving, and that's what people they really think of that last, but it's really the most important thing. Everybody obsesses over the cars and they obsess over everything, but the driving is really the most important thing. And I think one of the reasons why there's a lot of brands in RC now, and there's a lot of things out there, and a lot of pros pushing certain products, and a lot of people, a lot of sponsorships. But what you can't, people also think that a lot of people can win with anything. So that's it's kind of a little bit of a hard reality to get around at times, that there's a fine line between being good enough to be able to influence people's decision or the product versus the guy that is so good that people just think he can win with anything. So that's tough. I mean, when you hear people say, oh, that guy could win with anything, he could win with a shoebox, or he could do this, or he could do that, that's not really good for their position, because you're not influencing people to use the product anymore. All you're doing is just, they just believe that you're, that your skills walk on water. So, yeah, it's tough. To me, the YouTube stuff that I do, I just do it because I like it. Like, to me, I try to make something that involves our product and is somewhat marketable, but something that I'm interested in, or maybe something that I can deliver. But if you're going to try to compete with people for views, that's a tough business, because there's a lot of gimmicks that go along with it. As our friend Gotti's pointed out, there's a way to buy likes, buy views, buy subscribers. So there's a lot of kind of little hidden tricks and things out there. And it's a tough business if you're going to be a pro at that. You got to do some work too.
It'll be interesting. He has his own little fan base, and he knows how to piss some people off. But I agree. Like you said, he's got the most knowledge of probably anybody that's gonna try to do this. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a lot of work making videos, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this was a couple months ago. I remember him saying, I think on Instagram, who wants to see an actual engine video? And I was kind of wondering, has that come out yet? Because now we're talking about if you haven't delivered on this video yet about the engine stuff, it's been a lot of work, a lot of time in between. And also the guys that are good at doing these videos, they knock them out. Yeah. You get the next one done. You bang them out. And, I think a lot of it is from his frustration, and it's a competitive side, I'm sure, of him, that he wants to show up the guys that are making the generic diff building video. He's like, I'm tired of seeing the same put the grease in the holes, and then you put the balls on top of that, and then you put the grease on top of that, and then, like, I think he's just thinking, this is nonsense. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a competitive thing from him where he's like, I'm going to show people that I really know what I'm talking about, and these other guys are just. But I don't know. I would. He's got a lot of irons in the fire. Looks like.
So
Yeah.
does JQ has a YouTube channel up already?
Yep. He
All right.
does.
We just type
I
in.
think he had an
JQ?
existing one, and he's
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right,
It's
well,
maybe
hey.
JQ Racing or something. I forget. But yeah, wish him all the luck. But
Yeah, definitely.
I'll let you guys go here. Looks like you're hitting the 3-hour mark. This is
Yeah,
quite
this is crazy, man. This is
It's been painful.
I think. Oh man, that's so nice to say. I'm trying to fill in here for Gotti, and Jason's just not liking the vibe that I bring. I guess I don't know. But, yeah. Well, it was great that to have you on the show. Appreciate
Yeah. Alrighty.
it. And good luck with whatever you're doing there in Gotham.
See you later.
All right, we'll see you there, Harvey. All right, we'll remove Harvey out of here, kick him out. All right, there we go. Well, I'm getting pretty good with this, actually.
Yeah, you're actually getting quite
I was
competent.
doing the whole solo screen thing. That was something that I just thought I'd try, and it worked. So, great. Well, there we go. I mean, that was a good. We ended up talking about RC. That's what you like to talk about. Gotti told me to talk about RC a lot, but I guess we didn't do that enough, maybe. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up, I guess. This was episode 221. It was 221 with Lone Wolf McQuade and filling in for Jason Rona. We appreciate Lone Wolf joining us. And me, Michael Myers, hoping you guys enjoyed the show, and hopefully we brought some Halloween fans over to the radio. What they call
Impound podcast.
Impound podcast. That's right. And head over to J Concepts, and I brought it up here so I know jconcepts.net.
That's it.
For all your RC needs, and the site looks awesome. I was just browsing it for the first time, really.
Thank you,
And,
Michael.
yeah, and best of luck with the whole crew there at JC. You guys are going to a race coming up, AMS. You said
That's correct. Yeah, you got it.
that's next weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, so good luck there. I hope everybody. Yeah, we forgot to ask Harvey what his favorite Halloween candy was and favorite Halloween outfit. But anyway,
That's not important.
not important, I guess. Well, I didn't get any tips. This was kind of unsuccessful for me. I didn't get any tips on where Lori's at all. But I'm going to head on out here, and I got my knife here, and we're going to head on out and try and find her tonight. I got a lot of time yet, so.
All right. Yeah, you got plenty of time.
So yeah, anything you want to say, Lone Wolf, before I end this broadcast here?
We appreciate all the support over at jconcepts.net. Regulators back in stock. We got.
What's a regulator?
That's a longer story, but
Okay. Just go to the website, check it out.
Yeah, we got new updates going on. We got some new videos that are loaded. We're preparing some new ones now for new products, and
I got people over here waving to me, but anyway, they see me on the curb. They wonder what's going on.
Oh yeah. A lot of good things going.
Podcast, guys, that's all we're doing.
A lot of good stuff going on.
jconcepts.net regulator. And we got a bunch of tires.
That's right.
We got a bunch of tires out too now.
Mm-hmm. And go watch my movie, Lone Wolf McQuade, on YouTube.
All right. Yeah, just watch it once though. You don't want to give it too many views.
No. Keep watching.
Keep watching? All right. Well, check out Lone Wolf McQuade. That's the name of the movie, huh?
That's correct.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go check that out later. I just got a new TV too, a nice 75-inch Sony.
75-inch.
75-inch TV. I just got to put it in there. The Best Buy guy showed up today and installed it. Installed it there in my living room, which is right there.
We're all trying to find, looking under the seat cushions for nickels to buy a sub at Sheets, and you're getting out getting a 75-inch TV.
Well, It was kind of a pain. I did kind of overdo it. I had to take a low-bearing wall out over there to get
Ah.
it. But we got in, and I'm pretty excited to watch some Halloween movies tonight. I watched a funny movie the other day with Hubie called Hubie Halloween with Adam Sandler. He's a good friend of mine too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So if you ever get a chance to check that one out, called Hubie Halloween, guess who's in it?
Michael Myers.
Nah, I'm not in it. I wish I was. But it was Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, Shaq Daddy.
Yeah, Shaq Daddy. He was in it. So that was great to see him. Shaq, a good friend of mine, actually. So yeah, 221 this was. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Have a happy Halloween. I guess it's the countdown to the next Halloween, really. And don't
Yeah.
forget, oh, you know another reason why I got that Sony TV is because the Sony PlayStation 5 is coming out in 2 weeks. So we're I know Gotti's all excited about it. I'm excited about it. He's got me all pumped up about it. And we're gonna get on there and play some PS5.
All right. I can't wait.
All right. That was it. Lone Wolf McQuade, Michael Myers. We'll catch you on the next episode. Hopefully Gotti will have me back.
Thanks for putting up with this. It's been
Fun.
It's been interesting.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Take care. Happy Halloween, everyone.